Alright, so back to it then. Where even were we? We can check under campaign, surely. Yeah, there we go. Duel at the beaches. I wonder if this is still going to be tutorialized much. I think it will be. This is going to introduce the concept of buying land. I played quite a bit in Sandbox now, so I think I'm familiar with every mechanic that this game has, but who knows, could still surprise me. Let's check it out.
Du hast dich mit der Sanierung sehr gut geschlagen. Ich bin gespannt, was du machst, wenn du komplett von Null beginnst.
Ha! Der Park ist ja mitten im Nirgendwo. Wenn das funktioniert, fresse ich eine Badewanne. Was ich ungern tun würde. Ich sitze lieber in der Wanne, als sie zu vernaschen.
Nun, ich persönlich habe vollstes Vertrauen. Bis jetzt hat jede Herausforderung neue Stärken hervorgebracht.
Unsinn und Dummfug und Papperlapapp. Wir reden hier von einem kompletten Grünschnabel. Für so ein Projekt braucht man die Erfahrung einer langen Karriere.
Hör mal, Phil, nichts gegen dich, aber ich hätte hier gerne eine frischere Perspektive.
Pah, wenigstens gibt es reichlich Platz zum Parken, was? Seht euch das an.
Oh nein, unmöglich.
Was ist dir denn über die Leber gelaufen?
Hoffentlich nichts. Hoffentlich.
Oh, wen haben wir denn hier? Noch einen Neuzugang? Isabel, das ist ja ein wahres Personalkarussell.
Nun, es war mir eine Freude. Aber du solltest jetzt gehen.
Ja, da hast du wohl recht. Ich werde ja noch seekrank, wenn ich länger auf deinem Narrenschiff verweile.
Reden Sie nicht so vom Geschäft meines Vaters, als ob ich nicht schon genug Sorgen hätte.
Verzeihung, das war unhöflich. Ich hätte sagen sollen, dass es Zeitverschwendung ist, euch zuzusehen, wie ihr Luftschlössern nachjagt. Aber nicht jeder kann so bahnbrechende Ideen haben wie ich. Und so etwas Geniales wie einen modularen Parkplatz bauen. Na gut, ich bin dann weg.
Such a wonderful conversation, made all the better by that delightful language. So, what's the story here? You'll start on the central island, you need to purchase the surrounding islands and get more space for the park. I don't know, I could build a pretty ballin' park on this center point alone. Looks like there are going to be plenty of challenges here, is that right? This is the island you own from the beginning, not a lot of space, enough to start up. Yeah, I can get behind that, but what else do we have here? Exotic plants, roller coasters, yes? And you? Inspiring, if you say so. Pirates have left a treasure on this island, is that the case? Also, is the game paused? I think it's always paused before the pitch meeting. Pirate treasure. There have been things where we gotta click on stuff to get them. Actually, I think there's been one thing where we had to click on all the outhouses. But treasure? Could it really be? Well, if we expand to that island, perhaps we can find it. Okay, but they're not challenges, they seem to be flavor text. This island has a unique view. Not only is it great for building, but it might actually raise the amazement value of the park. Ooh. Well, I'd be interested if these different locations actually have different effects on your rides. Hadn't seen anything like that in the Sandbox play, but who's to say? What else is on the Center Island? With enough fun. Okay, we'll get to that. Let's start a pitch meeting then.
Eitrige Erzfeinde, das ist dein einstiger Geschäftspartner?
Giles Hemlock. All die guten Presseberichte haben ihn wohl daran erinnert, dass es mich noch gibt.
Und er kam nur vorbei, um uns zu sagen, dass er vorhat, uns in Grund und Boden zu stampfen und mit einem Parkplatz zu überziehen?
Gut gebrüllt. Und wir können ihn aufhalten. Wir müssen nur die kleineren Inseln vor ihm aufkaufen.
Ach, jetzt bist du auf einmal spendabel. Kannst du dir so ein Wettkaufen leisten, Izzy? Du weißt so gut wie ich, so etwas läuft selten wie geplant.
Ausnahmsweise hat das Geld hier nicht oberste Priorität. Es zählt nur, dass wir Hemlock aufhalten. Notfalls nehmen wir Kredite auf. So sehr mich das auch schmerzt. Aber wir brauchen eine Strategie, einen Marketingplan für unseren Park. Etwas, das die Kredite für das Land aufwiegen kann.
Gewichtiger Geistesblitz! Meine Strategien sind so wild, die würden dir glatt das Bein abnagen. Ich habe Kalküle, Schlachtpläne, Strategien, die in 14 Ländern illegal sind.
Das ist alles schön und gut, Phil. Aber ich habe gerade nicht mit dir geredet. Was ist unser bester Ansatz?
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to the idea of a bit of time pressure here. Everything so far has been a bit la-di-da. Right. Memorable rides, longer rides people won't forget in a hurry. You need to build and open a certain number of roller coasters with expected fun and amazement values. Impossified flat rides. Loads of visitors. Well, loads of visitors is loads of money, so I'm gonna go with that.
Verflixte Vordrängler! Warum sollten wir den Park so vollquetschen, dass die Schlangen bis zum Mond reichen?
Fotos von Menschen voller Vorfreude sind großartige Werbung, Phil. Um das zu schaffen, müssen wir Kredite aufnehmen mit unserem bestehenden Land als Sicherheit. Und je mehr Kredite wir haben, desto schwerer wird es, sie abzubezahlen.
Gruselige Geldsäcke! Wir können nicht das ganze Archipel aufkaufen! Wir spielen hier nicht Monotonie!
Ich lagere die Parkfinanzen auf eine Tochterfirma aus. Sollte der Park scheitern, ist Cloudstormer sicher. Zumindest vorerst.
Ganz großartig!
Die große Frage ist die: Wie viele Inseln können wir uns leisten, an Hemlock zu verlieren?
Yeah, I'm glad that Capitalism Lab has really given me the right mindset for having subsidiaries. Then again, you can so break that game with subsidiaries. Right, how many islands? I need a lot of space. We can't lose more than one island. Wait, what? You lose the mission if Hemlock purchases 2 islands. You require a lower number of visitors in the park. You lose it if he purchases 4 islands. You require a higher number of visitors. You know what? I want to make this a nice big park, so let's go for the big one.
Winzige Wichte!
Ein kleinerer Park bedeutet weniger Darlehen und weniger Konflikt mit Hemlock. Das wäre ein strategischer Vorteil.
Meine Gartenzwerge werden überaus erfreut sein.
Wir brauchen hier das ganze Team. Ich schalte die anderen dazu.
Eine Einladung zur Strategiesitzung. Damit habe ich noch ein Lebensziel abgehakt. Du bist auf Schieren den Eiffelturm runtergefahren und hast dabei ein Feuerwerk gezündet. Aber das ist spannend. Das schien in dem Moment einfach angebracht. Aber die Supersitzung, das ist was ganz Besonderes.
Das sehe ich auch so. Aber du hast es verdient, Blaze. Obwohl das nicht heißt, dass ich deine, ich sage mal, besonders kreativen Ideen gutheiße.
Ich bin auch ganz gerührt. Aber überlassen wir jetzt unserem Wunderkind das Wort. Sag dem Team, was du brauchst. Wir setzen es um.
God, what do we need? Lab expansion. Oh yeah, absolutely. More lab expansion, more better.
Ich kann die Prototyppläne outsourcen, so geht's vielleicht schneller.
Bei Schecks für Drittparteien blutet mir das Herz. Aber Opfer müssen sein.
Mensch, Izzy, das klingt ja, als wäre so ein Scheck mit Blut unterschrieben.
Das ist ein Plan, den ich unterstützen kann. Kannst du loslegen?
Man, Izzy's really taking charge these days. Alright, so we need 1,150 visitors all at once. Seems easy enough. Complete challenges. That's going to be a thing here again. No loans. I wonder if we can go through this whole thing loan-free. Depends on the starting capital, I suppose. Well, let's-a go.
Gut, wir wollen es Hemlock richtig schwer machen.
Eine Frage nur. Für wen sind denn diese Parkplätze, die er auf völlig entlegenen Inseln baut? Ist das nicht etwas, wahnsinnig?
Absolut. Aber der Wahnsinn hat Methode. Er hat nicht vor, damit Profit zu machen. Das ist nichts als eine Kriegserklärung an uns.
Krieg? Das erfordert besondere Sicherheitsstandards.
Kein echter Krieg, Alex. Nun, vielen Dank für eure Teilnahme. An die Arbeit.
Hallo,
Oh God, what's
lass
up
dich
there?
nicht stören. Ich dachte, ich würde mich in deinem Park umsehen, solange er noch geöffnet ist. Isabel hat mich nicht vorgestellt. Giles Hemlock. Man könnte sagen, ich bin dein Nachbar. Nun ja, jedenfalls bis du ausziehst.
Seems like a nice enough chap. Don't know why our team's in such a hissy fit over him. Okay, so this has unlocked this land extension mechanic. Everything is not purchasable. He plans to purchase this land in 30 days. Crikey, he's acting fast, isn't he? But everything says it's not purchasable for us. We've got our usual 10k starting dosh. Yes, begun the park wars have. Honestly, this is plenty of space. And I believe we started out with a free lab expansion. It was the only thing we got, low throughput rides. That's not the worst thing in the world, but they are not particularly profitable. Yeah, they don't seem that great. Damn, I was hoping I could choose what I would get. Not that I know what I would grab here. So what's our opportunities? What's our building area? It's outlined the building area, and honestly, with a bit of creative fudging, I think all of this could be put to good use. Should show our immediate goals as well. That's not the one for it. It's up here. There we go. Get 275 visitors. Achieve any goals before Hemlock buys any island. If we get the first 2 milestones, then huzzah, we get some decent cash reward. Win and then win harder. Okay. And do we have the loans button? Yes, we do. Friendly, grabby, evil. And then more grabby. I'm not convinced we'll need any of these, but they could help accelerate our growth. Okay, what are we doing? See, I have an idea in mind for how one can make parks, and I want to see if it's going to work here. First things first, let's get rid of that starting piece of road, and then build our own. You know, we always use the same old road. Let's use something a bit more colorful. Let's make it reasonably wide. And oh, maybe that's unreasonably wide. Dial it back a touch. You could build some amazing roller coasters in this kind of landscape if the game allows for it. It absolutely does. If there's one thing this game really does have going for it, it's the level of flexibility that you have with making those roller coasters. Alright, I want you to come in here and maybe a little bit further. And then I'm going to see if this design works here. See, like most agent-based games, a lot of it comes down to controlling how the agents move. So my main goal is to have this center part that is full of all the shops and amenities, and then I'm going to spiral off of it with all the rides. The space I have is quite limited, but the idea is that we'll inevitably have more space over here. So hopefully I'd have things like, I don't know, the roller coaster entryway here, and then the roller coaster does all its ziggity-zaggity things over there and then comes back. Not so sure about using this as more flat rides. That would end up having some very long queues and paths back, which I'm not the world's biggest fan of. But it's also possible that we could end up with a transport ride that takes our guests over to another area. Although I have tried that in Sandbox, and whilst it works, I actually think it works worse. I don't think this game lends itself to ginormous parks very well. But I haven't played the game a ton, so who am I to say? What I do know is that we need the basics here and now. So that means get some food for our people, get some drink for our people. Peeps, I suppose they are. Do I want them on the inside or the outside? Probably the inside. Yeah, sod the vending machines. It's not like we have ATMs. And our poor staff members... Ugh, basic toilet. I don't like the basic toilet so much. Anyway, I'll shove a toilet over here. And one over here. Why does it have to make such a disturbing noise? When it comes to the staff lounges, I think I'm going to use the crappy, tiny little version of them. And I used to wonder why the game was occasionally going into heat map mode. It's because whenever you place just an object group part, it brings up that mode. Although, didn't do it that time, probably because I cloned it. First things first, let's set those prices. You want to spend a penny in my park, you pay me $1.50 for it, and that does sync. And I have not yet really figured out the best prices to put on, but I think generally a 15% increase in prices is acceptable. I don't mind people moaning about my costs as long as they actually pay them. And I'll just bring you up to a $5, make sure that syncs. I can imagine some people really like going in and tweaking these values slightly to their heart's desire. I find it a bit of tedious micro in my book, which is why in Roller Coaster Tycoon I actually just put in a mod that would automatically set prices, and it even has a laziness tax. So it'll set everything to the right amount, but I pay like a 10 or 15% laziness tax. Now I can get behind that, and I would certainly do it for this game if it had any mod support, but it does not. That is some extraordinarily ugly path tiling. What are you talking about? It's ironic Candyland tiling. We're walking along a bunch of... Man, what even are those? Maybe like flat sherbety things? God knows. Anyway, also need some places for our guests to chill out in. Sadly, we don't have Candyland-style benches, so I'll have to make do with these. Kind of wishing you're bleeding into the area here. Benches are more expensive than I gave them credit for. Actually, they are really rather pricey, aren't they? 50 quid each. Putting down 10 is 500 quid, putting down 20 is £1,000. I'm sure you could work those numbers out yourself already, but when you start considering the cost of even a basic roller coaster or flat ride, you start thinking, wow, that's expensive. I haven't figured out if benches and bins work when they're off-path or not. But it's very easy to accidentally build them off-path, unfortunately. And the people here, if they don't spot a bin, they will very happily just drop their junk on the ground, which is not what I'm all about. Pez candies, that's it. Yeah, once upon a time I had a Pez dispenser. That was a long time ago. So, with the basic setup, what do we need? We're going to need a little bit of staff. Couple of Jannies, couple of mechanics, a paramedic, and one entertainer. You know what, maybe 2 entertainers. The sooner we get them in, the sooner they get experience. Unfortunately, more experience means more salary, but it means they work much, much better, especially at levels 4 and 5. And as we've come to understand, they need their little places of operation, which I always forget where it is. Here it is. It's only 20 quid to put down one of these, but so much more to put down even a bench. Oakley dokley, with that down, it's just a question of rides. Starting out with 6 flat rides, nay too shabby. And I'm probably just going to slam them down, but they are going to be a bit of a distance away from this main path here. There we go, the main thinking behind all of this. Good, you're down to minimum length. The main thinking is that people spend all their time going around here, and otherwise they have to take these paths, which do not eat very much into the park real estate, allowing for more space, for more shops, and more rides. The whole point is minimizing the amount that my people want to walk around, because unlike Roller Coaster Tycoon, they don't care about things being too busy. They don't care if they are mashing up against so many other people. And since you can really stack on as many seats and bins as you want, it's not really much of a big deal that they can't find a place to sit. The main problem is that unlike any other game I can think of in the genre, maybe Park Beyond, maybe Planet Coaster, I can't remember, I didn't play enough of that game. But there are throughput on shops in this game. It feels really weird. Theme Park didn't have it, Roller Coaster Tycoon didn't have it. That theme park world game for the PlayStation 2 that was really awful didn't have it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. In any case, since we are starved for space, I'm planning on rather efficiently using this space. It wasn't my immediate intention to have the there we go, to have the paths relink back into here. Perhaps a sign that I want to put down. A little bit of benching and binning here. Boy, I miss the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 bench warmer mod. It's so good. Right, if there is one tip I would give to people that play Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's benches and bins everywhere. It solves just about every conceivable problem you have, and it has almost no cost. But it's tedious to do, which is why I've got the bench warmer mod. You just click a button and it will... Oh, if you're short on cash, consider a loan. How short on cash am I? I've only burnt half the money so far. Trust me, I can burn a whole lot more given half a chance. That is weird. The paths bug out a lot in this game. Kind of a surprisingly large amount. I've been quite tolerant of the game's graphical issues with its pathing, but maybe too tolerant, because it is quite awful in a lot of places. Too much path overlap, we'll see to that. There we go. I wanted a bit of a bigger line in case the people complained about not being able to reach. I think we'll be able to squeeze our money out far enough to get all these things down without a loan. Let me think. Yeah, I've still got like 4 grand. Come on, that's oodles of dosh. I am kind of front-loading where all my rides are, though, but that's alright. We will have more, and they shall expand, because with a setup like this, I'm quite confident we're going to get a lot of guests quite quickly. I thought this was Cephalopod Madness, but it's not. What is this? I don't know. We'll be editing the rides soon enough. These paths sure aren't free. Hope that ride is long enough. People complain if the paths are kind of crummy. Loans probably can help beating Hemlock with land. Yeah, probably, but I'm wondering if we can do this without loans. Well, it's probably much easier with loans. Maybe I shouldn't push my luck. I will say one thing about this this design. It immediately feels kind of ugly in a way. In a big way. I also got to make sure I have space to actually reach out to these lands, although verticality is always on my side. Alright, everybody loves a bit of this Cephalopod Madness. For some reason, I don't know why. People just love this ride. And it's not just the music. Well, in a way, it's not even the music. I swear this kind of building feels quite similar to what we had in later Tropico games, but that wouldn't surprise me. Same developers. Limbic Entertainment in charge of Tropico 6, so if you think that was the best Tropico, then huzzah, they made this game too, but nobody thinks that was the best Tropico. I'm sorry, Limbic, I have been impressed by this game, but your pedigree has been terrible. I'm going to fill this up with Q-Line, there we go. And I suppose the last thing we need to do is jack up the prices again, about 15% increase. It will be just enough to have people complain, but still pay me money and ride my rides. So I've often been wondering about these ratings that rides get. See, not these, this is for who comes and rides it. Actually, this is also a multiplier on people's fun and amazement. So I shouldn't be so disparaging of these ratings. I actually think it's better now to make roller coasters that are super focused on one type, because that's just going to be a multiplier on your amazement and your fun. And in the end, you're going to want one for each so they don't super fill up anyway, right? Maybe. Could be dead wrong. But these are the stats I'm talking about. So actually, profitability does not change the amount you can charge for the ride. Profitability on a flat ride just gives you an idea of how many people are going to be getting through that. Which seems weird to have, because you already have throughput and the money that you make on it. But amazement and fun are pretty important. These ratings, in my eyes, become more important when you start having roller coasters. And we will start having roller coasters when I can afford it, which isn't now. Entertainer spots, already put them down. Just waiting on our staff to arrive. And hey, the spawn point for them... Okay, I was wondering, what is that noise? Is that Medusa? I don't think we've taken a ride on Medusa's temple, so we'll have to give that a go. Looks like a fun ride, looks like a take on the old Sandstorm. I gotta hand it to whoever made these rides. It must have been quite a Holy crap! Oh, look at the amount of people coming in already! I actually think building a new ride just generates people, but holy moly. Okay. I think we'll be chewing through the early requirements quite quickly. First one's in the park, and they're going to go to Tagada. Have we ridden Tagada before? How does this ride even work? Anyway, I was trying to say that whoever designed and implemented the rides, the flat rides that is, into the game did a very good job. By now, I think I've seen almost all of them, and just about all of them, they're not just really well functional, they're really inventive. Oh, right, well that solves our roller coaster money problem. And now it tells us about grabbing land. Hemlock is trying to acquire all of the surrounding islands, buy them before he does. How much are we talking here? If you don't have enough funds, try to get a loan. Right, let's actually investigate this, shall we? Ah, so I have to purchase things before he does. Looks like he plans it and then we can snipe it. I thought he'd already laid claim to that piece of land, but hey, okay. I think this will be easier than I'd imagined. So, it looks like every teen entering my park is beelining for their favorite ride, which will be the Tagada. I don't know what makes this so popular for teens. Does it have a restraining bar? This looks dangerous. Oh well, you know what? We're gonna ride this thing together. Have you impossified all of them? No, I have not. I have not built nor impossified every ride in this game. Okay, no way in hell does this ride operate without any restraining bars. These kids would be slipping around. Maybe that's why they like it. Oh no, I'm falling all over you. I do like rides that spin around, but this one doesn't feel extreme enough. Tell you a spinning ride I love, the Storm Force Acceleratron in Islands of Adventure. People are going to hate how short this queue line is. I didn't think it would be as popular a ride as it is, but it is popular. Right, I am just going to deal with any potential problems already. We're going to get rid of these paths. These people are, yeah, they're just going to instantly teleport, not my problem. My brother and I rode one of these 20 times, then he got reacquainted with his breakfast, and yes, there was no restraining bar, but we were standing in it. Well, that sounds like his problem, really. I have never thrown up from a roller coaster, and I plan on keeping it that way. I do love riding roller coasters, though, so much fun. Right, so since we have a bit of an issue with... What do you mean too much path overlap? Stop trying to connect there, pretty please. Alright, tell you what, if there's a problem with this, then this is what we'll do. I think I'll maybe curve you around a bit, curve you back a bit. And then have you come in. That should be more queue line for you. A little ugly, but hey, when you've got the Z-axis, use the Z-axis. This ain't RimWorld, this is the Dwarf Fortress of roller coaster building. No, that's unfair. Ah, alright, nothing like a bit of Cellophod shuffle to get us moving. It's funny, in the announcement trailer for this game, this ride, this specific ride, was actually shown as one of the snooze fest rides in the crummy theme park that you're supposedly coming in to fix. And I'll admit, I don't know. It seems like a not very nice way of getting wet. And it's not that exciting, is it? But the impossified version of this is pretty cool. Not sure I'd ride it though, it looks incredibly dangerous. It's just not impactful enough for swinging us around, and that could well be a problem. Is there a requirement to make your park as ugly as possible? Oh no, beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. You know that, young. Right. We're a little front-loaded here. We need to spread our park out a bit. Did I get a lab extension? I did not, because I need more fun. But the more people spending more time riding my rides, the more fun I will... Hey! There we go. So I wondered what this expected rides is. I believe that's the amount of rides that people are planning on riding before they'll say, right, I'm satisfied, and leave your park. I'm not sure I like the fact that capacity is capped by fun. Fun could be a right pain in the bum to sort out, but that's... we'll deal with that. Okay, what do we have in here? Luxury toilets means slightly more money and happier guests taking a whiz. It's early in the days, I don't think we'll need an ATM. Would be nice to get all the modules for the roller coasters immediately, but as I've come to understand... Oh, I didn't know three-way fork was a thing. Filter? Certain criteria for them. I haven't actually played around with these, but I'm not about to start now. Seems like we're going all Candylandy around here, right? But ew. Unfortunately, scenery pieces have no impact in the game whatsoever. So mechanically, it makes no sense to take this pack when I get 2 okay rides. At least for adults and families. And otherwise a whole lot of not much. Shops actually make decent dosh, but I'm more interested in getting more people into my park. So how about we focus on building up that fun? Fun means more unlocks, more people, more everything. Yeah, let's get it. And with the dosh that we got, and the goals that we're working towards... Now, why do I keep thinking that's the goal button? Why do I think that's the goal button? There we go, goals. Already got you. Build a path that connects the path entrance to a purchased island before Hemlock buys any islands, and do 3 challenges. Well, we need to keep an eye on this. Once February has started, please yell at me about this, because I will forget about it. Game gives you all these notifications, but they come in 2 flavors, really. One, certain rides become cheaper to build, which is good. And the other is certain items become worth more value to sell, which is a pain, because you've got to go and manually change it, and then manually change it back, and it's hard to remember what you've set it back to. Just telling me the same thing twice there.
Also, das wird doch. Ich wusste, dass die Leute darauf stehen würden, was du hier baust. Egal, was der alte Kauz sagt.
Also wirklich. Ich kenne einen alten Kauz. Und der wäre von dem Vergleich ganz bestimmt nicht angetan.
I was playing the game in English for a wee while, and yeah, everyone is just insane in this game. Insane in their membranes. Alright, here we go. It does feel like a lot of wasted space connecting it up to the center like this, but I have failed to find a better way to set up my parks. Maybe there is a better way, but not that I could see. In you go, up goes your price by about 20%, and then in goes another. Once I've done these flat rides, I am definitely going to work on a roller coaster. And then I will talk a bit about roller coaster design in this game and my issues with it. Also my non-issues. I do like to think I do things other than complain every now and then. There we go. It was funny hearing the dev response of we didn't want people to optimize, and yet at the same time that just leads me to optimize differently. I play games to optimize very often. For these longer stretches out, I'm going to put some benches just in case people want to vomit all over the place. But on top of that, I also need to put down some bins because these are hot points for people to ditch their rubbish in. I don't know who's going on these rides with their pockets full of garbage, but it can be quite telling when these connector points just end up full of litter and everywhere else is sparkly clean. And you don't want that sparkly cleanness so that your park level remains as high as possible. Why is this park on a cliff? I don't know. I'm guessing like somewhere back there is actually a nice tropical resort for people to go to, and then they can have a day out over here. That's my best guess, and it's a pretty good guess. Alright, I think this one's pretty darn fun. The accessibility is a bit iffy because of the bits on the side, but we can make that work, surely. In you go. Boy, you know, actually, this is turning out to be obscenely ugly. I feel like I should apologize to someone, but I don't know who. Myself, maybe? Maybe the developers in the game? Like, we had a vision! What are you doing to it? The fewer questions asked, the happier we're all going to be. Also, keep those ride prices jacked up. And I should periodically check to make sure that everybody is dissatisfied with my prices, yet still willing to pay for them. And we've got enough chump change left over to rather happily thump down a roller coaster. I am at the same point thinking it's going to be hard to buy that land if I put down a roller coaster right now. Maybe we should do it anyway. Apology accepted. I think you have 2 more months than you think before that guy buys that island. You think? Oh, I missed that too. Oh, wow, I got tons of time then. Oh, easy peasy. Right, I turn to chat. Now, this game has a vast selection of roller coasters. I clock it in at about 1.5. Because they all can use all the elements in the game. The only real difference is that the wide coaster has higher seat numbers. Wild Mice can still do inversions and bankings, which is just bizarre. Anyway, which one do we do? Standard, wide, or Wild Mouse? Kaiser wants the more vanilla choice, so we'll do a standard coaster for you then. Where are we going to build this? Where are we going to build this? Actually, thinking about it, without the extra space, this could be a little troublesome. Also, with a lack of unlocked elements, this could be troublesome. Alright, tell you what, I'm going to bench that thought until we do the next upgrade, and I'll try and get some elements that can make it considerably better. Which is a thought... it is a train of thought that undermines my claim that in this game, the worse your coaster is designed, the better it is. Let me have a quick look about how far my... Trying to see how far I reach here. Probably going to have the roller coaster come down and do a bunch of stuff down here. But what elements do I have unlocked? There are some ones that you always start with. I think it's drop, rail, split. But it's not cannon and such. It'll be under modules, right? Don't particularly need a cannon, but a wind tunnel would be handy for getting some elevation. And I think wind tunnel is under something handy here. Eyes peeled for a wind tunnel. General Appeal has wind tunnel. Oh, it also has legally distinct robot wars. Yeah, I might go for General Appeal. The wind tunnel really sweetens the deal. Unless something else gives me something equally as good. Cannon would be considerable, actually. I thought there was one of these that did have cannon built into them, other than modules. Teenagers, surely. Ah, wunderbar! Jogenkinder! Alright, I might, even though I already have Gyrospin, I might go for Teenager Love. Kebabs, pizza, hot dogs. Sounds good. It also finally gets me a souvenir shop. I often find that my choices leave me lacking in...
Das ist ein bescheidener Anfang, aber immerhin bewegen sich unsere Besucherzahlen in die richtige Richtung. In die andere Richtung wäre allerdings auch nicht mehr viel Spielraum.
Thank you for the interjection, Izzy. I hope teenager love actually means teenager murder in a game like this. I suppose if you're just joining in for it now, you haven't seen the kind of roller coasters I've designed. I've been on plenty pirate ship rides in my time, and I haven't seen riders act like that, so there's certainly something being slipped into the candy apples and soft drinks in this theme park. There we go. New unlocks, new level. Maybe, since I get a cash... Actually, we can just wait on this. I bet the sooner we buy this, the sooner he starts looking at another island. And I am quite confident in my ability to make money. No fads, no subsidies, no problem. Let's just get that unlock. What was it? Teenagers? What are families like? Springs? Yeah, I think not. That cannon should be good for picking up the speed. But at the same time, I don't know. I really like the wind tunnel. The thing is, the wind tunnel doesn't come with much else, does it? What was the wind tunnel under? Yeah, it's under modules, but it was under something much better for selecting modules. General appeal, right? You know what? I think I will take the wind tunnel. I'll go back on what I just said. Although, sadly, that's no access to souvenirs. Souvenirs are a good moneymaker. Yeah, what's a man to do? Well, only teens like fun accessories. So... might be better to... Oh man, where are the other souvenir shops? Hats. Everyone likes hats. That would be pretty good, but it doesn't have the kind of module I'm after. Elevator is... you know what? Maybe I will get the elevator. The Wheel of Love, the Wave Swinger, makes adults happy, but teens are okay with the Wheel of Love, apparently. ATM, elevator's a bit boring, though, isn't it? Well, you know what? We'll take it anyway to prove point. There we go. Right, Kaiser, we will get you your roller coaster. As vanilla as can be, right? Standard coaster, right up here. And this coaster is going to be going down and through this place. And the first thing I need to do is change that station size to be ultra maximum. And then set you to have ultra maximum cars. How much does this cost me to build? 1,500, huh? Okay, very good. I mean, you're down, but you're still going to be edited big time, for one. I think I put the entrance and exit in later. No good reason not to blast you out at great speed. Are we going to bank this? Yeah, banking might be clever. And then you are taking a die. So, if there was a problem I came to with discovering good design for roller coasters, it was that it really doesn't matter what you do, as long as you don't make it too efficient. How far around does that go? Oh, that goes a lot the way around. Because the price that people are willing to pay for their roller coasters is actually based on throughput and the stats that it gets in terms of the stars. So really, designing a roller coaster is just about having all the hooks and then actually making it take quite a long time to ride. Have I turned this thing around or something? Seems like it's spun quite a bit. Okay, I've clearly messed up that part, but let's not worry about it. Also, could you please stop showing me how much my my thing is breaking apart here? Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. I need to straighten it out first. Come on, back on up. Get rid of all this pitching and rolling and... oh, wow. We're getting way ahead of the game here. There we go. Negate out the roll. Hopefully this doesn't hit you too hard. Just begin the pitching down. And then... wow, that actually seems like it's going to be a little too extreme for them. And this is something I rather like. It's so easy to edit track pieces. This is good. This is real good. Now, okay, that seems a lot more manageable. Now you're taking a dive. All the way 90 degrees down. And all the way down. We still have 10 degrees of pitch. Not on my watch, we don't. Why does it look like it's curving around, though? Down you go. Down you go. Did you ever go to Islands of Adventure before the Harry Potter stuff was put in? Oh, yeah. First time in Islands of Adventure would have been in the... wow, okay, I'm doing almost too good. First time I was in Islands of Adventure would have been back in... when it was built, actually. The year it was built, or maybe the year after. I was there quite some time ago. I don't feel like the whole thing is going sideways. Feels like the whole thing turned around at some point without my permission. I want to... oh, I see. The problem was I wasn't doing my pitch right. Rather annoyingly, the mouse doesn't stay inside the window when doing these controls, which makes this a little awkward to do. Just want that pitch up. There we go, that's more like it. Now let's take a lovely ride around here. Preferably in such a way that does not bring us off the rails. Although it could well do so, especially if I'm not banking my turns. Because we're going to have a lot of speed going in here. Oh wow, it doesn't like this part. Haha. Really doesn't like this part. There we go. Don't worry, folks. I'll look after you. All these crash test dummies will take all the punishment for you. Almost, almost. I wonder if it's because I've made the... oh wow, how did you end up coming out so fat? I think this is more my perspective than anything that's causing this one to go all sorts. And we really need to bring this one out so it's not getting as painfully hammered. It really doesn't like this bend, does it? It's okay, we can pull it out quite far. Lovely negative, jeez, they will learn to love it. I believe the maximum G's is 10. You go beyond 10, then you start having problems. There's definitely some kind of weird kink going on here. I'm gonna bring that one up in the hopes that it helps out a bit. What I get for demanding way too much speed out of this poor thing. I'm actually going to drop the launch speed in the hopes that that helps a bit. It'll be able to build up plenty of speed here, no doubt. Yeah, that's much better. Still gets the speed, but it doesn't initially start caning itself. And now, and now, and now. Where are we gonna go? Well, certainly want to roll our way around into these bends, preferably. And then have some good fun going around down here. Hopefully that's not too much for you. Absolutely not. And since you've got all this speed on your side, we should have no problem elevating you like airplane glue. Nice. I might not even need the... air thingamajigger, the wind tunnel that I had invested in. I haven't even thought about hooks, have I? Whoa, what's that? It's coming right for me. Alright, let's straighten you out a touch. In more ways than one. And have Little Bandit come back to a gentle stop. No real modules here. I haven't even thought about my hooks. We can... Comet requires 120, which we're absolutely doing. We might just make this a very teen-friendly ride then. So if we go for the Comet, and then what else do teens love? Teens love no chain lift. Well, we certainly have no chain lift. So if we do this, we're going to have a ride that teens love and get a whole lot out of. That seems okay. Is it actually going to make it, though? I also don't know if this passes any impossification stuff. I'm actually going to impossify this immediately. Although, what hooks are we allowed? We haven't tested it. We don't know what's going to work very well for us. If we went a little faster, we could shooting star it. But we'd also do the drop. 2, 3, and 3, or 3, 4, and 2. I think I can slam in the drop here. Give it the impossification. Get people up and onto this ride, although is that a long enough queue? I feel like it is not. Undo that. Let's be under the assumption that a lot of people are going to want to ride this ride. Why would they not? It's my amazing ride. We'll dedicate it to Frozen Kaiser. Frozen Kaiser, you got a name for this thing? Great looking coaster. It's awfully spindly and all out of the ways. I'm actually not that fond of it, but I'm more interested in how it performs. Going kind of against the whole... There we go. Against the whole build with your imagination thing. Looks fun to ride. Well, we're going to be riding it, that's the thing. And how are we doing on that time, by the way? It's already February 19, so if I had been wrong about this, I'd be very wrong right now. Thankfully I'm not. Benches and bins, even if they have jaunty angles. Starting to think I'm already going to need more mechanics. Give me the heat map for maintenance. Yeah, starting to look a little red, so I'm going to hire 2 more mechanics. Lobby indeed. Alright. We don't know how the hooks are going to do just yet, so let's give this thing a proper test. Can I not ride the test? Perhaps not. Anyway, get it done. Whee! Oh! Okay, interesting. It can't actually make the end there. A very small change can ensure that it does. However, didn't we agree that there are no chain lifts in this? I think we did, so actually I can't have my chain lift there. How are we going to make the end point then? Look ma, no chains. Alright, don't worry about it. As ever, I have a solution. The elevator. Just need to thread this particular needle. Bring you back up, Daisy. And then in you go. No questions asked. Might be a little problem with coming into the elevator too quickly, though. The elevator likes you to come in slowly. So maybe it could be up a fair bit, like so. I feel like this is going to have some problems of its own. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Why is it twisting the way it does? I think part of the problem is that you need to straighten out for this. Yeah, there we go. Too fast to enter the elevator. Slow the train down a bit before hitting it. A number of ways to achieve that. Do I particularly want a break beforehand? Kind of. I'm unsure if this is going to be a sufficient break, just this part here. In fact, I'm quite certain it won't be. But one can try, surely? Yeah, no way. This whole part probably needs to be a break. Seems a shame, because the whole point of that was to build up a bit of speed. I should segment it a bit. I don't actually know how to add a segment, or if it can even be done. What is this? Oh, was that me adding a segment? I think it was. Oh. Does that mean you can go into the center? Ooh, hey, that's quite nice. Well, B. Okay. That's kind of good. If I can keep you as normal track and then just make this final part a break. That was a very subtle piece of UI to segment something. Oh, okay, let's pause that game. I don't want him buying that park before I get my greedy mitts on it. Still a little too fast. I'll slow you down a touch more. And we're on to a winner. Alright, groovy. Now I can say huzzah. Now I can test the thing. It'll surely pass the flying colors and get me all my hooks. Spent a bit longer on this ride than I expected to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Two trains collided with each other. How? What? Mm-hmm. Change the amount of cars that you support. Maybe if I bring you down to 2, that means 5 elevator journeys though. Could be a bit of a waste. Yeah, it needs to be 9 cars, not 10, as it's 3 cars per lift. Yeah, I think I'll keep it 3 cars and then make this into a 9 car holding thing. Alright. We'll test that out then. Interesting, I could have sworn I'd done this before with no problems. But I've sworn many things. Alright, now that's all well and good. And the game says, what should I charge for this thing? A $5. Feels like too good a ride for a $5. I wonder what happens if I actually edit the ride and say train pass number 4. Cha-chunk. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh man, they collided? Ah, they don't get the boost coming out of here. Okay, I was hoping that would work, but it does not. Just keep it at 1. Should be good with that. Give it its quick test and then open. I do want to have some multi-passing stations, because what I've found is that when you pass station, it increases the length of the ride, lowers the throughput, and for that increases the amount that you can charge. Which is pretty good. I set it to 1, didn't I? It needs to be 0. Alright, I swear. We're done now. Get it done. Waiting for the elevator is a lot of fun. Yeah, having the amount that you can charge based on throughput is one of those things that makes sense until done in practice, in my opinion. Also, look at that. 7.6 lateral Gs. Good God. People are going to be in pain here. Also, there are 3 inversions. Inversions? Really? Did I accidentally invert? Well, we're going to ride this ride real soon and find out. But it is open for the public at a generous price of £6. I don't think its throughput's going to be that bad, but it's really only going to attract teens. Alright, and we have the money, so we're absolutely going to buy this with, well, we can give it 30 days. Try and yell at me before March is done. And we'll see when we get our first visitors of Kaiser's roller coaster. Did he name the roller coaster? I didn't see anything about a name. Ah, the Amphibian Altitude. And to rename. And to rename. Do you actually Control C, Control V in this? Oh, you do? Okay. Whoa, but V also was a shortcut, probably for copying? Ew, close the ride. N, Control V. Yeah, you can't Control V because V is a shortcut. Damn you. Okay. I have to type this in like a scrub. Amphibian amplitude. I think text mix the 100 meters. Oh, I hope not. Oof. That looks 100 meters above. Oh, maybe above water doesn't count as above ground. Oh, curses. We're not done with you yet, are we? Alright, what can we get then? Hyped up station is pretty grim. It doesn't do nearly as much as some of the other things. Let me think, what speed do you reach? 148, 150? I'm going to try boosting up your launch speed a bit so that you can hit 160 if possible, hopefully without destroying the car. 156... 159, come on, just a wee tickle more. It's okay if we almost kill the guests, as long as we don't actually kill the ride itself. There we go, 160 to a T. I do have to retest it, but there was never any problem. Now I can get the shooting star hook. And this is what I mean about the ride design. It's more designing around the hooks, which does feel like it limits the creativity considerably compared to, say, RCT. But what do I know? I know I played a lot of RCT. Right, there we go. Said we were done before, now we're done for sure. I can probably increase the price some more. Let's say it costs $8 dues to ride the Frozen Kaiser Amphibian Amplitude. And now we'll finally see it in action. That was hyped up. You did hyped up. No way. Oh god, I guess we're editing it again. That's strange, it didn't show... There's Shooting Star. This is incompatible with another hook. Ah, it's probably incompatible with Comet. In that case, I can clear Comet, put in Shooting Star, and then put in pretty much anything else as long as teens love it. Would it rather thrill ride or bumpy ride? I think I'd rather the one that makes adults not want to ride it, because it's just better to get more out of the ones that do want to ride it. Also, more stars are better more stars are better. Divide and Conquer brings in tons of fun. I do like tons of fun. Let's go Divide and Conquer, since it does split thanks to the elevator. Alright, now... Once more with gusto. Oh, it's already tested and counting is fine. Okay, that's good. In that case, we just keep you open and have some people ride you. The stat-based system somehow makes the coaster designing feel less organic. I agree. It is kind of cool using the modules to make your fun Wii coaster, but at that point, you're doing sandboxy stuff. If I'm doing sandboxy stuff, why am I not playing Planet Coaster? Which is superior in many ways. I had also heard of another roller coaster building game that was even better in terms of realism and creativity and all of that. I've forgotten its name, but the short and long of it was so good it was more like engineering software than a game. That'd be worth looking into, but at the same point, I like my games to be games. Why did you turn away from this? They will not pay that much for the altitude. Okay, so 8 quid's a bit much. I want people to complain, but I don't want them turned away. Where are the thoughts again? Yeah, there we go. It's very high. It's very high. Good, it's meant to be very high. You can't afford to ride this thing, you're not my kind of customer. I have so many unlocks to play around with, and I do need to buy that land, but that's okay. I want one good ride of my roller coaster first. Yeah, I'm not thinking about Planet Coaster. There's another game with really detailed roller coaster building. Alright, check these people. They get to be first in line. Quite the climb to get up here. Good thing none of them are crippled. Get in the front seats. Normally there's a separate queue for the front seats, and some... Whoa! Oh god! That's a bumpy ride, alright. Some even have queues for the back seats. I think the game is counting those just barely 90-degree flips as inversions. Yeah, No Limits 2, that was it. No Limits. And to a gentle stop. Not bad, but a little short-lived. Question is, what do people think of my ride? We'll be able to catch them on the way off once the other elevators arrive. Quick check on the purchase. I've still got 18 days. And I've got pretty good money with pretty awesome income for this early in the run. Loads of people queuing up. I need more rides and more shops to exploit people's wallets. So probably the next thing we're going to be researching. I don't know how many things we've got available in the lab, but I certainly want more shops, and I certainly want souvenir shops. So there we go. What do you think of that? Ugh, I'm feeling so nauseated. I guess it does give a lot of nausea, right? Critical nausea. Well, then take a seat. Look, there's a seat right here. Oh man, they don't feel so good. However, look at that. They got amazement and they had loads of fun, and the fun is multiplied due to their love. They're not going to ride it again. They never ride the same ride twice. I don't know if that applies to transport rides or not, though. Okay, Sophia Lab. What are we having? I've got 2 expansions available. I do kind of want... General appeal is tempting. Where was that hat shop? Fantastic Shops gets plushies, accessories, burgers, and a large ATM, so I'll probably go with Fantastic Shops unless Need Fulfillment does better. Vending machines, benches bundle. I know that's a waste of time, so yeah, let's get the Fantastic Shops. And more rides, more better. Get the island. Oh, I'm getting the island. Don't you worry, girly. I'll have to find the Ferris wheel performs quite well. Good profitability. As long as people... Oh, we've got a motion sickness compensation going. That's going to make the Ferris wheel cheaper to put down, and it's normally quite expensive. So yeah, let's get profitability focus. And let's buy that island. Dump. There's some very skilled inhabitants on this island. They're very friendly and joined us as staff. Okay. Suspended paths get placed in the air, create bridges. Okay, I don't know how anybody would have gotten this far into the game without knowing how to elevate their paths, but I suppose it's possible. But now I have 3 months to buy this. Given the odd numbers there, I suspect that this is counting down, and we do need to get these relatively quickly. Anyway, we've got tools at our hands, so let's put them to use. More food. Get a delicatessen down. Adults love that. Actually, there's not much point putting down a delicatessen when we have seafood, but whatever, I'll put them both down. More options, more better. Everybody loves some burgers. A patisserie. Yeah, we can have a patisserie. Running out of space around here. Maybe I was a little too quick in some of this. I'll put you down over here. For drinks, oh man, adults love the coffee. Good coffee. And slam this thing down as well. These are somewhat thoughtlessly being put down, but that's okay. And let's make sure that everybody has an opportunity to buy a souvenir. Glasses, balloons. Okay, I definitely didn't make my center part big enough for this. Also, these buildings are so chunky and kind of overlappy. Also, I'm out of money. Well, whilst the money builds up, I can take the opportunity to appropriately reprice these things to about 620, 620, 8, 8, and 8. I will know that it's not been repriced because the sync all won't be on. 310, 410, 520, 520, 570, and 680. What's a good price for some good coffee, though? 450, 510, 530, 570. You want your Koji fermented coffee. Is that the one that they like feed to cats and then take out their bums? And did I sink you? I did sink you. Delicatessen, yep. 420, 460, a fiver, 550, 580, and 6 quid. I'm under the impression that's a real thing, Pepper. Hang on, did I build the same drink stall here twice? No, it's just we've got soft drinks and mineral water. And honestly, they shouldn't be next to each other like that. I'm going to migrate you over to, I don't know, here. Oh, I bring the people with them. The people have spoken. Unaltered prices, not on my watch. 160 for a mini bottle of water around here. 3 quid, 4 quid, 5 quid, 5 quid 30, and 6 quid. Are those cents a thing in other countries, or just in the game? What cents? You have lost me. Was there not something else that I had built up? See, I got my balloon store, and I certainly want to be nickel and diming people for their crappy balloons. 570 for every balloon I have. But I believe I also want people to buy my funny top hats. Damn, we are having too much fun. We're unlocking things faster than I can build them and afford to build them. I suppose that's a good sign that I know my way around designing a park, but at the same time it feels like I've just thrown down a bunch of flat rides. Well, it's not too dissimilar to how a start in Roller Coaster Tycoon goes. Shan't begrudge it. Wow, they don't like my crumbly McMuffin already? Don't know if I already boosted these prices or not. And what's wrong with these wasabi donuts? I don't know why you would ever not just have everything on in these. There was one more though, also a plushie shop. I'll shove that over here. Squeaky squeak indeed. 8 quid. Nah, you know what? It's 8 quid 50 for all of my plushies. A nice thing is that you will see people walking around with their plushies and their hats and their glasses and all that. Maybe with some luck we'll be able to catch some that already have. We've only just put them down, so it's not likely, but... Oh, right, you're one of my staff. Of course you're wearing a hat. Hey, there we go! So, Julian and friends have decided to put massive upturned ice creams on their head. And you've just bought... What a weird looking hat. What even is that hat? Propeller hat? I can tell they bought the ice cream hat, but God knows what the other ones are. Romania hat. Do you think in real life this game has just the dynamic that psychologically any number with 99 is the best price? Some games do have that mechanically because they have cutoff points at, say, if 8 or higher than X, so you put it at 799 to optimize. Does that have any impact? I have no idea. Now, I don't actually intend on having my people walk all the way over here, because in my view, having people walk farther is bad news. However, this extension does make me want to do this. Don't mind me, I'm just going to migrate you over to here. Get rid of this. Move you across. Move you across. Don't worry about these chairs and things being in the way. It actually has no gameplay impact. People can phase through reality. Now I'm just going to bring you further out, just so that I have more options for building with. Don't feel like I extended out by much, but the game really wants me to connect the park entrance to the purchased island. I might just do that and undo it, because I only really plan on using this for putting, say, a ride on. I do own this, right? Oh, this was the one I purchased. Ah, my perspective was off. It's actually like this. Yeah, okay, I see. I see. Well, that makes it a little easier to very quick and easily bring you out here. Too much path overlap. With what? Alright, there we go. We are technically touching that island. Now, I've got 3 challenges, and I need to... 3 months, huh? I gotta generate some real dough here. We're only making about 4 grand a month. I need to punch that up. Question is, do I build more rides, or what else? See, more rides cost more money, but at the same time, I've got a reduction in cost. Maybe I will take out a cheeky wee loan, right? We're not playing EU4 here. We go over to the loans, we get some bell pepper finance. Shouldn't need a loan for that long. Give me a 2-year loan. And then I can very quickly expand and pay it back in no time. There's no way we could fail with this. Dump you down here. Have one of your paths just link back in easily peasily. And have you there. Although I said they have no gameplay impact, I actually don't like the way that the chairs block entranceways. It just doesn't look nice, and as I often say, the big reason I play these games is to make something that looks nice. And functionality is part of looking nice. Functionality is sexy. Is this build on the City Skylines engine? Feels similar. This game is made in Unreal. Which is probably why it's such a pain in the bum to mod. Well, it has no modding support. It has the share your design thing online, but that's not modding. That's anything but. Don't know which of these we'll go for. Oh, right, but I will certainly go for jacking up the prices on my rides. And a quick check to make sure that maintenance is keeping up. Probably isn't, and I don't want my cleanliness going down at all. So for one, bin it, bench it, and grab ourselves a few more staff members. They're leveling up. Look at that. Level 3, they actually reduce the amount of energy they consume. At level 5, they only consume half the energy, which is really good. There's another paramedic, and 2 more medics, and 2 more Jannies. Decay indeed. And hey, the Wheel of Love! Into the maintenance tunnel of love. Can I squeeze you in here? Could certainly squeeze the exit out there, but the path queue line, we could very ugly handle this. I want to grab it while it's on discount after all. I'm going to have you come over here. And then in you go. Teens and adults love it so. The happy world of Wheel of Lovos. But hey, I'm charging you for the privilege of having your hanky-panky whilst looking out over my beautiful park. Oh wow, we've got a fair amount of impossification going. The impossified Ferris wheel adds 1 or 2 more wheels to it. I'm not actually convinced it helps. Because it boosts the upkeep of the ride, but doesn't actually boost the money you make off of it. as far as I can tell, and I could be dead wrong about that. Although I do need to think what I want to impossify at this point. You know what, chat? I put it to you. Is there anything that we haven't seen impossified yet that you do want to see impossified? Pretty sure we've seen, like, the shining pendulum do its thing. God, we never rode Medusa's temple. Once I got things set up and making me decent bank, I will be sure to take a moment and just ride these rides. It's important to sit back and enjoy your own creations for a bit. Which is something that's very sadly missing from Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and a big reason why I'm drawn to games like this, rather than just playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 forever, which is very much an option. It's a great game. The Coffee Shack! Well, the Rolling Ninja has spoken. Where do people get their good coffee? Right here at the Park Beyond coffee shop. As you insist. Now we're going to have this ridiculous contraption here. I spin you a little bit around so you're not getting in the way of everything. You need to be connected up, but not collide too much. I could actually put you on the roof. It might make a bit more sense.
Manche behaupten, dass Tee in Wahrheit mehr Koffein enthält als Kaffee, aber nach umfangreichen Tests kann ich ohne Zweifel sagen, dass ich seit 3 Tagen nicht geschlafen habe.
3 Tage? Schliefen haben? Nein. Okay, whatever you say. Well, oh my, they're not happy with the hipster level prices I'm putting on things, but now the Lopi Luwaka is the impossified item available here, and they're going to pay for the privilege. And this weird thing is going to dance around every now and then. In fact, it looks like it's warming up as we speak. And as it does, people around are going to have a ridiculously small boost to the fun that they have. I don't even know why this is a thing. I guess the giving energy is okay, but I already have benches everywhere. My god, this is Cat in the Hat level balancing your teacups. What does impossification do? Just generally enhances things in every way. So for shops, it makes a special item with a very nice markup available, but it'll only be bought when your visitors are very happy. Perhaps we can see that in action. These people are very happy, and they will buy impossified items. I'm not sure if it shows what they buy, though. Oh, good lord. These are 2 12-year-old boys that met online. Right, does it actually show what they buy? Hey, look at that! Immediately they bought that Kopi Luwak that I have there, and they actually think the price is okay. Unacceptable. I'm not here to have okay prices. I'm here to have grumbly people, but still paying people prices. So yeah, you get this new thing available in the shops that's worth more money, and you get this thing that makes people more energized and get more fun. After doing a fair bit of impossification, I actually don't think the shops are worth impossifying. I'd even say that staff members are more important than shops in that regard. Looking at the dosh income I have here, flat rides are far and away making the bank, and it's good to see that the roller coaster is also making money. It can be quite hard to make roller coasters profitable, but if you just make them kind of long, get their hooks, and make them really inefficient, then they make decent money in my experience. There's a bit of a balance between how many people are willing to ride it and how much throughput you want. But there are other considerations. If you have a ride that goes really fast and is done in no time, do consider that people are very, very slow at moving up the queue and then moving on to the ride. So proportionally, that ends up being a lot of wasted time. So yeah, there's still optimization in this game. It just takes a different form, in my opinion. Right, let's ride and then impossify the Medusa. There we go. That's good thoughts coming from Pepper. It almost always, but not always, is. Let's let them finish up here. Big queue for it. People must really like Medusa. We had so much fun. We were truly amazed. The fee is okay. The fee is okay. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, no, it's not. So it looks like you just go around, get spun, and you get sprayed with mysterious green gunk. And apparently this ride, adults and families relish it, teens find it okay. It's very fun, but it's not very amazing, and it has very low profitability. which again feels weird to put a number on, but it correlates here. We don't make a lot of money on it. On the other hand, I have seen wildly differing numbers. Like, I've seen it say that it makes this money, and then check elsewhere and it says it makes very different money. But apparently last month we did make profit. And overall, since I put it down, this thing's generated $800 dues. In addition to all the fun and amazement, that's not a bad deal. Down comes the restraining bars, and up we go. What are they putting in that green gunk? Does Medusa spit out green stuff? She's the last thing that you look at and turn to stone, right? What would be the Greek epic way of dealing with Medusa then? Do you cut off her snake heads? Do you not look at her? Do you blindfold yourself? Do you show her your honor? Bring a mirror so that she looks at herself. Ah. How about that? This guy seems to be clawing at his own face here. Well, that was a pretty underwhelming ride. God knows how it even gets its fun stars, but let's make it all that bit more fun. Apparently it does get more fun and more profitable. I'm assuming that's because the amount of people that can ride it is going to go up. Quick numbers, it looks like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 on the ride at one go. So either it becomes a shorter ride, or we get more people on it. Uh, 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's either 15 or 16 times 2, so already more people can ride this thing. Good. Gonna chew through that queue in no time. But now it says it hasn't been profitable. Okay. Whatever you say, game. What strange things to be riding on? Oh, we possessed a young child. That feels unethical. Let's possess whatever this is instead. Oh boy, in we go. Oh, I like that automatic gate closing thing there. Oh dear. Ah, I get it. Medusa's behind us, so we're not looking at her, but we're taking a ride here. This would not feel safe. Could you imagine this game in VR? I would have a whole lot more good things to say about it if I could be riding this ride and look around me. Maybe I'd sit in like a laundry basket while someone shakes me around. Which is a game that me and this crazy girl I used to live with would engage in. But why? My neck hurts just by looking at this, says Chumro. I think my back would be hurting more than my neck with all this going on. Good view of the park, though. Definitely gonna start thinking you're gonna die when riding this, though. Imagine slipping out of this thing. If you had anything in your pockets, you don't anymore. One time I dropped something out of my pockets. But to my great surprise, they had it in the Lost and Found when I went back to the park, like a week later. There was a bit of money in it, the money was gone. Can hardly begrudge that. I don't think they pay those people very much. Just ask Euristo, he used to work in a theme park. That poor girl, she'll never walk again. And without even trying, we are crushing the fun rating here. Alright, this time let's watch it from the outside. I want to see how Medusa's head is from the outside. And we've almost got enough amazement to impulsify another ride. The amazement builds up, well, builds up faster, but the amount you need to unlock another pen load or whatever it is increases with each charge. Ah, man, agent movement speed's so slow. Get on the freaking ride. In Japan, the money would still be there, and you would get an apology. Whoa! Where were you hiding, Medusa? I'm not sure there's space underneath. I thought the idea was that she looked so horrible that nobody could behold her sight. Okay, holy moly. I know I just built a roller coaster that kills people, but is this not going to kill you? Look at the speed you're being whipped around at. The real impossification are the challenges we survive, it seems. Doesn't look so horrible. I mean, sure, the snakes on the head might be cause for concern, but there are people with more baggage. Yeah, real close to the cliffside as well. Come on, let's Lion King look out over this and say, ooh, Christ. Everything Medusa's light touches is our kingdom. But credit where credit is due. Designing this ride and then implementing this ride in the game, someone poured a lot of effort into that. Someone really rather good at it. Sucks are stuck with Limbic. Sorry, I do not have good things to say about Limbic Entertainment. The lore of Medusa was a really beautiful lady that was bragging about it to one of her lady gods. So said lady god cursed her to become Medusa out of spite. Typical Greek god thing, you know. Well, I'm not that well honed on my Greek stuff, so I wouldn't know, but I'll believe it. We've already impossified the love machine here. Not purchasable. Well, when are these things purchasable? Or do you need to not have a loan to purchase things? Oh, I need to complete the challenges first, I would imagine. There are also these team goals that I really don't like. Sell grilled calamaris. Have 2 loans at the same time? Could I just do that? Could I just take this and then take out a loan?
Ja, gut.
Ja, gut indeed. And then just pay it off. Okay, so I paid 270 buckaroos to get 3 pencil charges. Yeah, that's actually a good deal for me. Impossify the legal robot battle. Oh, we did that before, though. It is awesome, but we have seen it. I'd be more interested... Yeah, see this ride that Worm's brother was constantly sick on? That I want to see. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. And kaboom! Huh. At a glance, it just looks like 3 of the same thing, but I've been impressed with this game so far. I suspect it's going to do something unusual here. Oh man, this park actually looks quite nice at nighttime. Look at it all light up. Got the Ferris wheel, the glow of the tracks there, even the very prominent Love Ferris wheel. Probably stinks up there. Oh, I think I know how this ride's gonna go, says Ellen Ari. Do we now? Alright. Still no restraining bars. They're gonna be slip and sliding all over the place. Must be very weird for Germanic teams to be screaming and not have their sound suppressed by the basement. Ah, I see, we're getting shaken around on support limbs, are we? This looks like a lot of fun, though. Oh boy! Again, there are no restraining bars. Why are we being tilted? Are they setting us on fire? No, we're grinding up and down against the cogwheels. Ah, sweet. Oh, we're gonna watch this again from third person. Freaking awesome. Alright, nice. Get off the ride so I can see it again. Yeah, it looks like they got little cogwheels underneath this, which are probably going to coincide with these parts here. Certainly we're grinding around like Beyblades, though. All of those explosions are intentional. A good reminder to check that the maintenance heat map is looking okay, and it is. Turns me off that shops need maintenance. In fact, the shop handling altogether. There's a lot of micro, they have limited throughput, and they need maintenance. Seems kind of odd to me, but many things do. Alright, so it starts off as normal, right? Whee! Spinny, spinny fun times. Thinking about it, didn't the throughput of this ride triple? Oh god, it really is Beyblades! Well, it did become Arena when it impossified. Guess we know why. Oh yeah. What is Tagada? Is this a Tagada? Oh, good lord! I must have missed that part! Good grief. Hope you didn't leave your bags by the side, or, you know, your kids. Yeah, what's the entrance fee here? 6 quid 10. In real life, I generally don't go to pay per ride parks. I do pay per entry. But holy smokes, I'd have to consider that. But I'd be clutching on for dear life on this pole here. Also, that guy, his hat would not still be there. Your hats, your bags, your fanny packs. Is that with cameras you've got around your necks? No, that wouldn't make sense. People haven't carried cameras in years. Anyway, very cool. How are we on the purchase? 1 month and 8 days and still not purchasable. I am increasingly feeling like I need to complete challenges in order to get that available. Build 1 transport ride. Okay, I'm not really sure I want to do any of these things, but if I have to, then I must. Delete trees from this island, 28 of them. If you don't like them, delete them. There's always an option. Hey, I like that. Bye-bye. 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 Done? Apparently not. Those weren't all trees, it seems. So I mentioned it earlier, but scenery pieces in this game functionally do nothing. They won't improve how much fun a ride is if they are surrounding the ride. Tourists will not care about looking at them. On the flip side, they're completely free. But that, again, just feels like it's removing something. Oh, why would I remove that glorious little thing there? Alright, is that considered done? Oh, it really wants me to delete this apple tree. Wait, apple tree? I don't think I've ever seen an apple tree with kind of like sakura blossoms on it, but away you go anyway. 1 down, 2 more to go. Build and open a drink shop on this island. I don't actually want to use this island for footpathing around. Build and open a flat ride, and build and open a staff lounge, and build and open a wheel of love right above the ocean. Okay, well, since I have no intention of really doing any of this stuff, we are just going to open up the cheapest drink stall and the cheapest staff lounge. And then we're just going to claim that we've done what it told us to do. And then just absolutely bulldoze these things away. Sadly, you only get half your money back, even if they're unused. Right, very good. Are you going to allow me to buy land now? You absolutely are. So we've got 1 month and 5 days to buy this, but it's expensive. Ooh, boy, is that expensive. Good thing we are drowning in money. Why did I even take out this loan? Take your crummy money back. I don't need it. I'm too good for loans. And while we're at it, let's buy this land off of you, Hemlock. A treasure chest has been discovered on the island. You receive some extra funds. Okay, kind of negated the point of buying the island. It's meant to cost me money, but I get money. Okay. So it's Caesar 3 all over again. I like my motivations intrinsic. That said, though, it is getting busy here. I need more stuff for my people to do. Did I unlock any more rides? I did, actually. I never did the Himalayan Adventure or the Bumper Brawl. Brawl, huh? We can go bumping Brawl right over the edge here. There we go. You've got a Bumper Brawl style path coming in here. Charge people a $5, and they can have that. And the Himalayan Adventure. Now this one gets pretty hardcore when you upgrade it. Certainly I'm blocking out a lot of the park with this though. This could work against me. What's my ultimate goal in the end though? Paramedics, no. Mechanics, no. Well, you know what, we can just have that chip away. The mission goal is to have no loans, complete 3 or more challenges, and have all these visitors. So actually, we've kind of done everything as long as Hemlock can't buy more land. So 4 months and 4 days. What if I just prevent you from doing that immediately? Oh wow, poor guy. Poor guy's getting nothing. So you just need to keep buying land and all as well. Also, that did unlock yet more in the lab. Interesting. Well, I might as well use the space that we have now to open up some awesome roller coasters. Do I want the modules pack for that? You know what? I do. Give me that. Colorado Run was a really cool ride when impossified. Car lift. It's funny that we have that, but it's not on our modules. Oh, we don't have robot battle? Now that ain't right. Let's go for it. Could you build rides under the island? Yes, I can. I could, for example, grab the... probably the Colorado. Oh, did I unlock the Colorado? I guess I didn't. In that case, a Himalayan adventure underneath all of this is absolutely possible. It's also kind of insane, because that's a lot of walking back that people would have to do. I'm not sure I'm quite willing to be insane right now. That said, though, I'm kind of exhausting the amount of space I have here. Almost like it makes sense to loop this up over here. I'd like to see the bumper cars impossified. Oh boy. Alright, your wish is almost my command. We almost have enough amazement for that. As it stands, though, this park looks really good. It is ultra profitable. It looks like everything's being utilized. We're building up fun and amazement, and that'll just allow us to impossify what we want. The problem for me and this game overall is that is kind of where it falls apart. Once you've seen all the impossified flat rides, the game, in my eyes, doesn't offer up a lot. And I think that's because it really falls flat on the roller coaster building. Because I feel like I don't have the agency in roller coaster building that I have in, say, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, all we're left is looking at these set pieces. And whilst the set pieces are good, hell, they're amazing. Once you've seen them all, you're kind of done. Which is sad. I'm not sure if this game deserved the incredibly mediocre reception that it got on release, but I heard it was very buggy then, so who am I to say? Then I unlock some more stuff here. Yeah, I got tacos, right? My people deserve tacos. They deserve a proper taco shop. A park beyond taco shop. There you go. Make sure we charge an appropriate amount for our taco. I haven't had a taco in forever. Not really sure that Hungary is going to be the best place to find some damn good tacos, but a man can dream. Any chance of some diving game? Asks Ziliax. I was contemplating it, but no, I think diving game is going to wait until... not tomorrow, but the next day. Tomorrow is a whole lot of punishment on my plate. So, I need to gear myself up for that. A dictator punishment and a regular punishment game. You know, once upon a time, people used such things to put nice games onto the channel. Games that they would enjoy watching and I would enjoy playing and everybody would be happy. But things have just gotten so sinister. I don't know where it came from. What kind of influence are you having to take joy out of people's suffering like this? I don't know why these things are disabled by default. Why would they? Although on that stage, I don't know why there are different things anyway. Why not just only have the most expensive thing available? As far as I can tell, they all have the same preference for things here, but I could be dead wrong. Dave the Diver seems to be fully engaged and prepared for it. I was actually enjoying watching it. Yeah, it was good. Came out very strong. But that's all the more reason that I'm looking forward to playing it more. I don't feel the need to binge on the game, and there are games that I want to binge on. But those tend to be of a different ilk. Things like your RimWorlds and your Factorios. Play forever games, as I like to call them. Okay, by Acronymus's desire, we are going to upgrade the bumper brawling. However, there's no point upgrading something if we haven't already seen it in action. Personally, I've never thought that dodgems have been that great. And especially once you evolve in the real world enough to be able to actually drive a car, dodgems lose a whole load of appeal. Also, once you get to that stage, you probably prefer your spine to be functional and not riddled by some dodgems. But we'll see what the impossification has to bring. I forget if we've impossified this before. But memory has never been my strong point. The misting's kinda cool, but overall, bit of a blare ride, isn't it? What do people think of it? Too many people are queuing up and moving on. The fee is quite okay. The fee is a bargain. Oh, should never have said that. Never say that the fee is too small. Alright, enough mucking around. Well, hello. We've got some legally distinct Space Cadet pinball going on here. Let's ride. We seem to have a lot more shielding on our bumper cars these days. I should take the time to edit together clips of Jake saying, "Why do people enjoy my suffering?" with as many mentions of how he enjoys other people's suffering. Oh, up we go. Up through the chute. Oh my, this is... Oh, good lord, that can't be right. Okay, so we have become the pinballs in a pinball machine. Who could have seen it coming? The whole thing was pinball themed from the get-go, but... that looks like it's just going to destroy your spine, especially the flippers. I think in Germanic languages this is just called the Flipper, flipper machine, because I often find arcades referred to as Die Flipperhallen. That is not the sound of a child having fun, that is the sound of a child fearing for its life. It's screaming out for Papa! How horrifying. Have we actually made a fun ride here? I think we made a horror show. These people are cheering not because they've enjoyed the ride, but because it's coming to an end. If that had gone down more, it would have looked like we were just sealing them into a pinball-themed tomb. How can you watch that and stay in the queue, right? I love white-knuckle roller coaster rides. The more it thrashes me about, the better, but I recognize organized suicide when I see it. And this is that. Quite a way to go, though. Feels like something might break off here and you get launched to the other island. That was genuinely heartbreaking. That's screaming. Up they go! Jesus. I wonder if all the movements are preset. They look like it, aren't they? There's no physics working here. This is a pre-made animation. Kind of convincing, though. There's not a lot of clipping going on, and I appreciate that. And again, I gotta push the point here. I know I say a lot of middling things about this game, but these creations are magnificent, both from a design perspective and whoever did the doubtlessly hard work of implementing them. It's good. It's real good. It's just very funny for a Germanic game to have systems that I disagree with so badly. Yeah, each car is stuck in the same loop, certainly making it easier, but if you're not paying attention, you could be convinced that it's not. Really good. Really awesome. I like it. Hell, I love it. Right, where are we going from here, though? There's nothing saying that I have to do these challenges. I can buy out Hemlock at any moment. In fact, we're going to buy him out a bit more right now. Big fishing ground. New seafood trend. You get a subsidy for seafood shops now. Alright. So what do we have? 8 grand, 7 grand, 10 grand. So 25 grand, and we are in it and winning it. And we can have that money in just a few short months. Awesome. This calls for a new roller coaster. I want to design a different kind of roller coaster. I want to make a roller coaster that if you built it in RCT, it would be a disaster, but building it here makes it really good. I feel like I have a point to prove, and if it ends up backfiring in my face, all the better. Besides, the time spent building it is time that our amazement builds up for impossifying more rides. And perhaps before we spend time not tending to our park, let's make sure that, firstly, maintenance is okay. Okay isn't maybe good enough. Gonna hire 2 more mechanics, 1 more janitor, another paramedic, and another entertainer. Staff costs end up being one of the big costs here. But look at that, the souvenirs. So our souvenir stalls make more than the roller coaster. But on the other hand, we only have 1 roller coaster. A very profitable roller coaster. Look at that, it's making $1 grand a month. Oh, then again, the love thing's also almost making $1 grand. The Ferris wheel makes oodles of money. Flat rides are very good at this. You'd expect flat rides to make a profit, but some of these things make very good money. In fact, we have a map for that, do we not? Heat map. Profit. Everything's looking green, and those that aren't green are still going positive. That's what I like to see. I read quite a few forum posts about how you can't make profitable roller coasters in this game. I think they're making roller coasters... The people that are making those claims are people that are making roller coasters as if they're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I know it's hard to tear ourselves away from that game, but we're not playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. That said, let's build a roller coaster. Let's build something that you would never make money with in RCT. Probably. Where am I going to have you? I think I'll situate you on this wee island. Is there a challenge here? This pillar makes a good support. You can also utilize it to open a food shop. An excellent suggestion, game. A suggestion that I will profoundly ignore. Wait, hang on. What if I have to do every single quest in order to win? Nah, surely we just do the mission goal and we're done, right? I don't actually know. I guess we'll find out as we go along. So... You're coming out in this direction. It's fine by me. I think you need to confirm it before you can change the... Oh, I could be dead wrong. You need to come off of this, select the station. I seem to have forgotten how to do this. How do we edit the station? There we go. Change station size. I always like it maximum size, and then allow me to have as many trains as possible. More trains, more better. Alright, I always find it better to look at the hooks before you look at what you're going to be building here. So what kind of ride are we going to have? In fact, chat! Why don't you pose the solution, I suppose, to me? What hooks are we going to focus on here? You don't need to name the hooks, I understand there are more than you can instantly take in, but just a general theme. There are a bunch of cool modules we can use here. We've got cannons, ramps, launchers, elevators. Just give me a general theme or general idea of what you want the ride to do, and I shall endeavour to do it. You need to do the 9 challenges in total, as far as I can tell, says Acronymus. Well, we'll soon find out about that, won't we? Also, I highly doubt they're going to be difficult to do, so we can just buy out all the land, and then Hemlock can suck my inversions. I like what I'm seeing already, to be honest, says Kure. Oh, well, we'll let you see it again then, shall we? In super slow motion. Down they all go. Actually, I'm sure the speed impacts the impact of gravity on them. Right, so, a Mr. Maze track. And it just so happens I have a 3-way fork available. Why is it coming out the back side? I want it done out the front side. Alright, 3-way fork, huh? I already have a plan coming together in my head. Let's focus hooks first then. Partially split at least 10% of the time. Seems like a tiny thing. Oh, I don't want it to be teen focused since the other one was teen focused. So let's try and make it happy for either families or adults. Well, we're not having a transport ride, that's for sure. To the moon, 50 meters above the ground. Yeah, we can do that. Adults like it. Alright, so it's going to be an adult-themed ride then. What else do adults like? Adults love it being a sightseeing tour. Sure. That makes it a little too adult-friendly. Could I not do something that's a bit better for families then? Backwards ride? Go backwards 80% of the time? Yeah! I wonder if I can do that for... he's thinking. This could get real complicated real fast, though. We want to get adults, I'm looking for something that makes families happy. Not transport ride, that's for sure. Take flight. Do we even have the paraglide thing? I don't think we do. Have the train go through a 2-way fork and a drop connector. Yeah, I was planning a 3-way actually. Are we there yet? Take 3 minutes or longer. Families and teens both happy. Have you done Maze Track? I'm working on Maze Track right now. I'm just trying to think what we use for this. Yeah, I might go split and drop here, but I just wonder if a 2-way fork works if you use a 3-way fork. Probably not, though. And I'm planning on using a 3-way fork. Alright, you know what? Screw the families. This is for adults. Adults only. There is a hook called Maze Track. Oh, that might be what you mean. Where's Maze Track? I'm not seeing it. Was it an impossification one? Here we go. Maze of Tracks. Go through 4 different 2-way forks and 2 different 3-way forks to become Mr. Maze. 4 different 2-way forks. Yeesh. I think that might be a bit more than what I'm bargaining for. I wonder if I could do the interconnected for it as well. All the cars separated from each other for more than 80% of the course. Yeah, okay. I got it. I've got it in my head now. Let's actually build it. First thing I'm going to need, though, is the three-way forker. Boy, the zooming and the moving sometimes just slows to a crawl for reasons I can't explain. Like, I can't zoom in here for some reason. All I can do is zoom out. What's up with that? Come on. Come on, let me actually zoom in. I need to look down at what I'm building here. Maybe I need a more free roam camera for this. Alright, there we go. So nothing fancy, I just want you to come out and eat this three-way. This three-way is going to change per car. It's going to go left, middle, then right. I guess. Okay. Can we hit you right round? I also want a bit more of a launch speed out of you, maybe like 40 kilometers per hour. So this whoop stuff. I had an idea for you. Now I'm not so sure it can be done as well. But maybe, with a bit of clever thinking, and snapping pieces. Are you going to be able to make that? No, far from it. Absolutely far from it. In that case, maybe I need a lot more speed coming out of the station. Hey, there we go. They don't like these turns being unbanked. It's okay though. I can continue to not bank them and just make them wider. It is a wild mouse after all. The point is to... Oh, you don't like that. Far from it. I'm going to take this, snap you in the middle, and make sure that this part here begins its turn nice and early. Boy, it does not like that. And I'm not sure it'll like this part either. Almost. Alright, is that gonna make it? Hey, there we go. Okay. That free camera is bothersome, compared to management camera at least. Shouldn't have switched that out. Should not have switched that out. Alright, that's looking okay. Now what are we doing with all these pieces that are coming out like this? Well, I would really quite like them to get all Mr. Mazy with some intersections. Why is it flying up here though? Don't build it up there. From you go into the intersection. Can I have you slam into it as well? Not from that position we can't. Maybe with a bit of work we can. Oh, yes! Yes. Okay, we might be onto something with this. I mean, it all comes crashing together, but that's okay. Can't believe how well that works out so far. Yeah, so far so good even. This is starting to feel a little awkward though. What are we gonna do with you now? And how fast does this thing come along? Because honestly, I'd like it to drop in on them. if I could have a two-way fork coming again. The camera and the camera manipulation goes all sorts. I would quite like this one to drop down, maybe even split and drop down on them. So from here, calm down, game. Calm down, game camera. Two-way fork yourself. Yeah, I can't manipulate my camera to zoom in any further now. It just zooms us out to this point, and then that's it. I have to edit myself to free camera to get real close. And it has some weird controls going for it. And also, this is meant to be one of those... No, I do want it forking out to two different places. Why does this not seem right? It's kind of going the opposite way that I want it to. Jake, island. What, do I need to buy an island now? I have to confirm this in order to come out and look at the island stuff. He's not going to buy it for another 6 months. But we can grab it right now. Well, we can grab the other one right now. There we go. We've got a year and a month to grab that last bit. So my dream is that they come clashing through together, and then this thing drops down and joins them. But I might have to make it delay itself a little while. So that, my god, the camera controls for some reason when making this ride are all sorts of naff. I think it's because I'm building on a big pillar here. Maybe it's because the camera location is so far above ground, it thinks there's no way he wants to be higher above ground than this. Look at that, it just blasts me into the sky when I try to build a bit of railing here. How bizarre. Which is making this quite awkward to do. Right, get rid of you, add you, and let's see if I can't do just something to keep you busy. A helix would be nice, actually. Not a helix all the way down there. Yeah, I feel like if I'm going to helix, I'd be better off doing it myself, though. Okay, I've had a lot of good things to say about the roller coaster building tools, but they're kind of falling apart when building on this pillar here. Choo, choo, choo. Man, I don't want to mess up the good thing that I've got going there, though. Wait, I have something resembling a slightly better idea. Sometimes doing things complex is the wrong way. What I should do is have you guys come into a three-way fork. Coming into it. Alright, if I shove you here, and then just move the whole thing over. No idea if they're actually going to come together well on this. Probably, possibly not. Ooh, well, almost. Almost. I feel like with a bit of jiggery-pokery, that could actually work. And they do want to smash into each other, though. Can I train merge at this point? Would that forgive my plethora of sins? No, they keep smashing into each other at this point. Is that just because of some slight timing issues? I feel like if we just had some slight manipulations. Or it could actually be a difference in speed, right? One side's coming in a whole lot faster than the other. I actually don't know how you can set it so these guys come together better than that. So they're always going to be smashing. It might be a bit too fast. Yeah, I wonder about that, but I don't know how I could fix that at this point. And then there's this question. Perhaps I've made something more complicated than I can manage already. I do like the idea that they come out like that, though, and there's nothing saying that we have to have them all merge in one after the other like that. For example, this guy right here could be off doing something completely different. Looks like there's time for you to do your own thing. And... Ooh, could I get this in? Please stop moving the camera like that, game. It's not welcome. Okay, perhaps I could add in a drop connector. That's what I want. But is that doing it in the right way for me? I think it is. If I could connect you up over to the top part of the drop connector. Colliding the structure, probably colliding with that structure right there, huh? So okay, if I just get the modules to connect together, I can manipulate them from then. Are these guys even coming up and along though? Nice! Nice! You know what, I can even rein in this part. So they don't spend quite so long running around. Not that part. This part here. And where's the center point? You there. Just to have you waste considerably less time. There we go. This kind of manipulation is certainly very welcome. Chung chung, chung chung, chung chung. Just want to lower as much time that you're wasting as possible. You're already in the way, but I want to bring this thing in as much as I can. Okay, that actually doesn't look half bad. I can move this part back considerably, and then just tell it to connect back home one way or another. Oh, it's not gonna like that. Not gonna like that at all. Well, you know, it almost does. It is a wild mouse after all. Boy, what a hideous coaster. There we go. Part of my problem, though, is that it's a ride that doesn't last very long. So if anything, its throughput is going to be too good. So I suspect this is going to make far less money than the other thing. I'm also unsure if it hits those hooks. It does look like it goes above that. It's not a kilometer long. It's actually only 279 meters long. What does it do? Oh, it's got the trident. Right, trident's surely good, and it still keeps the adults happy. And it actually does none of this. Right, that'll do then. Not a coaster I'm most proud of, but still a coaster we've made. Hang on, is the coaster car number correct? No, this is meant to be as many as feasible. Is it going to manage it with that many, though, I wonder? Maybe not. Mistakes were made. But where were those mistakes made? It drops on the initial ones, funnily enough. Give me that again, please. If I could just have these ones done a little bit slower, we'd all be good. Can we do that, though? Yes, we can. Nice. Actually works out really well. Except somehow they collided with each other. What? Right at the end? Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Ah, okay, okay. Slightly not good enough. This part here needs to be a break, I think. There we go. Guess there's a reason these things have breaks. Alright, that was painful in a lot of ways. And I probably betrayed what I set out to do, but in the end, we still have a coaster. Swing this one around, so there's plenty of place for people to queue up at. I think that connects up. And we can't Roller Coaster Tycoon drop people to their demise out of the exit, regrettably. It only wants me to charge $1 for the ticket fee. So that's what I'm talking about. You make a ride that is done quickly, and you cannot charge good money for it. If I make it $1.50, probably not going to want that either. One fat person, the whole ride collapses. Once a ride works in test mode, it will never fail. It doesn't have any variability to it, which is good and bad. I mean, it kind of sucks when you have a ride that's set up nicely and then, yeah, one fat-ass rides your bobsleigh, and off the rails it goes. I'm more than a little curious to see how this one plays out, though. Isn't all that matters that it gets dollars per time? Yes! But there are many factors more so than just throughput. For one, people walk very slowly through the queue lines to board your vehicle. So if you have a really fast ride, proportionally a lot of time is spent just waiting for people to board. Also, if you don't have a full queue, then you're going to chew through those people and then end up with an empty queue. So you're not going to be making quite as much dosh as you could. And on top of that, you have an almost flat... Oh god, it's not open. You have an almost flat upkeep. Where's upkeep shown? Here we go. Upkeep starts at, I think, $550 and doesn't actually increase much the more you build. So this thing's 670. What are you? 690. There's a whole lot more track going to a whole lot more places in this one, but the upkeep is only slightly higher. So, in my opinion, you want your roller coasters to be as expensive as possible, so that everybody riding up has to pay a whole lot for it. So, oh wow, they think it's a bargain. Well, that's a good sign to begin with. We're absolutely going to increase the price then. And yeah, I do want to see this thing in action, so let's go for it. We'll ride all the different routes that we have. So I think we'll want to be the first cart, the second, then the third, and then we should get them all done. Maybe even one at the back will be nice. This is something I adore in roller coaster building. Holy Christ! Did I have the game sped up? Yeah, I did. I had it on double speed there. Okay, okay. You can't adjust the game speed whilst you're riding one of your own rides, which is nasty. Alright, let's take a random seat back here and see where we end up. Oh, hello. Hey! Oh, okay. Still seems rather deadly, and if anything, too fast. Boy, that seems incredibly disquieting to ride. I tried that quintuple. I tried to increase prices just as people were about to pay. Didn't seem to work out, sadly. That's an old trick that works in Theme Park, the original Bullfrog theme park. Boy, that thing snaps. I want to ride one of the cars that goes up and over the top bit. I want to do the drop down. Well, I'm sure if we keep riding, we'll get to that eventually. You would have to pay me so much money to enter this ride, says I. So I'd ride this ride. Well, actually, given the lack of banking, I probably wouldn't want to. And that is sad. There is no real incentive to bank your turns on this, as long as the ride isn't deadly. Well, no, it doesn't matter if it's deadly or not. As long as the ride does not derail, there's no real problem with just leaving horrible unbanked turns like that. It can sometimes be a pain in the arse in Roller Coaster Tycoon to have to go back and redo your thing with banks, but at least it... Yeah, there we go. Leaves you feeling like you built something real good at the end of the day. Right now, there's very little incentive for me to go and fix the errors with this ride. Because it's not going to turn any more money. It's not going to make my guests any happier. I don't know what is up with the camera at times here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Anyway, Wild Mouse won there. Definitely not as nice as I wanted it to turn out. I had this brilliant idea that we would split and then go through these things very nicely and then join up very nicely. But I wasn't able to make this symmetric, so the speeds were different. I'm pretty sure there's a pre-build for that, though. Like, the idea that I was thinking of here, I'm pretty sure is already in a pre-build. Oh, okay. No, I managed to crash the game. We're very sorry that this crash occurred. Our goal is to prevent crashes from occurring in the future. Please help us track down the fix. Okay. Clicked on roller coaster prefabs. Send and restart game. Oh no, was there an autosave? We haven't saved once during the session, but I'm pretty sure autosaves are on. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure I vastly reduced autosave period because it was lagging the game a lot. Come on, Park Beyond, we can restart. A lot of the early reviews on this game were criticizing the huge amount of crashes. I had not encountered any until just now, but I guess they'd been fixing those in the run-up to the 2.0 release. Time to make an even better splitter coaster. I would be hard-pressed to believe that it didn't autosave that. Although if it didn't, then too bad, I'm not remaking that Wild Mouse. It doesn't feel like a Wild Mouse. I think that's my main problem with the lack of coasters. They don't feel like anything. There's no Virginia Reel, there's no inverted swinging coaster. There's no bobsleigh coaster, there's no hair thingy-majigger coaster. Hair thingy-majigger? Heartline, that's what I'm thinking of. Alright, Duel at the Beaches, autosave from about 8 minutes ago. Okay. Ooh, what'll that leave me with? I think that was just when I was riding the ride. Here's your encouragement to fix the roller coaster crash. Okay, good, it's still there. Although, does it work? It doesn't have its entrance and exit. And it doesn't have all of its cars. So probably what I need to do is elevate that a little bit. And then change this to have... Here it is. Have all 10 cars. Because I think you can improve the cars to improve the throughput, but not actually impact the ticket price. Could be dead wrong in that though. I've been dead wrong before. I'm actually quite happy with the way that all comes together. Does it crash at the end like it did before? Yeah, barely though. Easily fixed. Why in God's name did they make the UX thing for this just a completely unoutlined black thing when you outline the track with black anyway? This game has some decisions that makes me question it greatly. Anyway, can build this up and make a manual save and then get back to it. We're going to beat Heimlich at his game. It was Heimlich, right? The guy that we're beating to secure all these islands. Also, make sure we use our disgustingly ugly Pez-style flooring. Test you for safety. Do it at breakneck speed. Huzzah! And then she's open for business, and she costs, let's say, £2.50 to ride. I'm sure we'll hear complaints if that's too much. Hemlock, his name is on screen. Yeah, there he is. So are we going to win when we just buy this island here? In that case, let's see if that's how it goes down. However, we have 2 more impossification charges. So my question to chat is, what do you want to see impossified? Our options are Crazy Kraken, which can be impossified twice, if you just can't get enough of those cephalopod beats. Can't do that. The pirate ship. There's no more that can be done for Medusa. We've already seen Shining Pendulum, I believe. Space Training, which I don't think we've even watched. Why do we change that? Oh, because we're on triple speed, and you can't adjust speed once you're in it. That was the most disingenuous cheering I've heard on a roller coaster. Aside from maybe myself. Alotto Zububu! German is such a beautiful language. Oh, I am sure this would be making some people sick. Not me though, I'd really enjoy this. Space Training gets Snow Kitsune's vote, and Chumro asks about food stalls, to which I say, we're not really focusing on stalls. I really don't think they tend to be worth the impossifications. The benefit you get from the weird impossification items here are so minuscule. 5% extra fun boost. I'm not so sure about the energy. I don't usually find energy an issue for my guests because they can just take a seat whenever they want. And there's no shortage of seats. Oh no, they don't want to buy their latte macchiatos, but the Kopi Luwaks are too cheap. Well, we're seeing a whole lot of Space Training love, explicitly from Kitsune, so let's do it. Now this one can be upgraded twice. I have actually seen this one before, but I got no problem seeing it again.
Dass die Schleuderkapsel genehmigt wurde. Ich meine, sie ist gar nicht sicher. Aber eigentlich ist sie schon sicher. Das will ich ganz deutlich sagen. Zwinker, zwinker.
Oh, Sphinker, Sphinker yourself. Right. Looks a little bit more intimidating, doesn't it? You start wondering, is that rocket actually going to take off? Nah. Why would we have all these giant support legs if it were going to do that? People sure take a while to board this ride, though. Come on. Alright, they're taking their seat. Was it a full queue? It is a full queue, and it's already been used. Alright then, let's grab our seat and get ready for takeoff. You see this and you start thinking, are we actually going somewhere? Okay, much to our relief, we're just spinning around. Although hopefully it does those kinds of movements that make you think that you're experiencing weightlessness. Is the Kraken the only one that can be impossified twice? I'm about to answer that question, Acronymus. Let's just enjoy riding this puke coaster first. I'm surprised by just how much that can invert. Alright, so it's up. It's swinging on a pivot, on a pivot, on a pivot. Really impressive and really rather terrifying. but ultimately, child's play. Enough of this space simulating, let's actually get space launching. Ich habe ein something or other. These are the upgrades you're getting in Hearts of Iron. Don't know what level of V-Rocket this one is, though. Alright, hurry up and take your seats. I'm eager to see this one in action. Glad to see that I'm making good money as well, though. All this time is passing and I'm making easy dosh. And I'll admit, I haven't been trying hard on the money making. Is that because we're still in tutorial, Bill? I don't know. Alright. Platform recedes. The safety bar is on. Wedged right into us. Oh boy. It's okay, we're just going to be swung around, right? Hello, Medusa. Goodbye, Medusa! Goodbye, Park! Whee! And the question is, how much would you be paying for this? This probably is making you feel weightless. You can see the park from up here. See quite a lot from up here. Well, if you want a view, that's a view if you can keep your eyes down. Oh, okay. The game has decided to just crash again. I guess it was nothing to do with what I was trying to build. Didn't I say I was going to manually save? Unhandled exception. Exception access violation. And it just keeps saying Win64 shipping. Oh, it's crashing on Epic account ID. Why would it even... You know what? Maybe some things are best not worth asking. Can we get back and beat this mission, please? Oh, hey, you're right. Hey, if it autosaved at an appropriate time, we can actually double crack an impossification. Speedrunning the content the game has, courtesy of its own crashes. Why in God's name was it crashing on Epic ID? Maybe that was just logging the ID? I don't know, I don't feel good about that though. Never played a game on Epic. Don't plan to. Certainly claimed plenty of free games on it, though. The CCP is unhappy with your depiction of its space program. That's a shame. I wanted to watch it in third person, because it's pretty cool in third person as well, but if we're going to check out the cephalopod madness, then I guess we can do that. Depends when it autosaved. Or if indeed it even did, it might not have. Because I think we only relaunched the game 10 minutes ago. I got autosave set to 15 minutes. Given what we're seeing here, I'm going to set it down to 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the pinball does not re-impossify. You know, it's moments like this that make me very happy that I don't take any sponsorships on my stream. Imagine if I was being paid the boon dollar to promote this game here and now. What would I be saying when it crashes like this, or when it has agonizing issues like trying to build that wild mouse? Am I just meant to smile and say, hey, you know, I've heard they're going to be fixing this in due time, or hey, you know, it looks bad, but it feels a whole lot better than it is? No, I like to be... Okay, right, I don't want to fix this for a third time. Goodbye. And we're going to save. And we're going to set autosave. Gameplay? Yeah, autosave to 5 minutes, please. Alright, Impossification Mark 2.0. You'd have to clean up your act to get that opportunity. Nonsense! I have an inbox overflowing with hundreds, probably by now thousands of sponsorship offers. I have said no to almost every single one, and the few ones that I've been somewhat interested in. And there have been some. One reason or another it couldn't happen. I think one of them was actually for some kind of energy stuff. And I thought, hey, you know, I play DDR, send me some of this stuff, and if it's half decent, I'll consider it. But they thought I was based in the UK, so when it found out that I wasn't, they backed out. Okay, so the Crazy Kraken is going to become curious. Are you sure we've not upgraded this thing before? Well, doesn't matter. We're getting you done now.
Unsere Animatronik-Riesenkrake hat pro Tentakel über 2 Dutzend Gelenkpunkte, die auch unter Wasser richtig funktionieren müssen. Deswegen war die Konstruktion auch so ein Albtraum.
Must be more than a little bit awkward to be queuing for a ride and watch it just transform right in front of you. Anyway, let's go. Oh, I am certain we've done this before, because we remarked about how if the glass were to break here, you'd have a lot of dead people on your hands. But yeah, old Curious Kraken is throwing us through the water. Thankfully, this water doesn't seem to have any resistance whatsoever. We're even doing a loop-de-loop. I can see this does look like a lot of fun, though. I'd probably get on it. At least this does seem possible. I could conceive a real world where this could be made. But what if the Curious Kraken becomes the Colossal Kraken? I'm gonna start having some misgivings about this one. Well, it's splashing a lot like water. Are you saying there's a liquid with lower resistance than water? Maybe. Don't know what this has done for the throughput though. We've only got 4 thingies of 4. Alright. In you get. I like the all-around glass thing. Well, almost all around. We can certainly see a lot around us. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet. Not a great view though, just looking at the underbelly of some other rides. But then, isn't this ride called the Colossal Kraken? He doesn't seem best pleased with us. Now we're starting to seem a little less feasible. He's gonna lift us up and throw us around. Jean and a boo-boo indeed. Oh, he's coming for us. Oh, over already. Maybe that was a downgrade. Hang on, let's speed it right up and see it from the outside. Some things are a bit unclear in first person. The Salaphobe's nightmare. Imagine being scared of water and being forced to ride this ride without knowing what's coming. So at first you think, oh, it's just a nice wee ride where you float around and then, oh Christ. Kraken is angry. Whoa, okay. It's cool being that one, or that one. Very cool. Yeah, I'd be making my escape there. Alright, very good. Sadly, though, no more amazement charges. Can't impossify something else. Do we happen to have... We have no loans, right? Yeah, paid all that stuff back. Let 3 mechanics reach level 5. Oh, thought they would have been there by now. No, we have 2 on level 4, and that's about as good as we can get. Well, that's what we'll have to make do with. Now, curiously, am I going to win by simply having 10 grand and buying out Hemlock, or do I have to do the challenges? I got no big problem doing the challenges, but You ever get that feeling when you're in a scenario play rather than a free play? And you don't really feel motivated to build up even more once you reach the point where you know you've won. I have that happen to me quite a lot, and some people lay into me for it. But what can I say? I know we're going to be done, so there's no no big pressing desire to push. Maybe it's kind of like the feeling of being married. It's like, well, the ring's on the finger now. Why put in the effort? Alright, another tick of dosh, and we should have everything we need to buy out old Hemlock. I'm curious what German angry Hemlock is going to say, though. Also, I hadn't improved anything, and we still leveled up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure Baron has opinions there. Till death do us part. What a shame she died. Alright, there we go. There's our 10 grand. Let's find out if this wins it or if we have to do the wee challenges. Right, Hemlock plans to buy this, but unlike me, Hemlock's just not good enough at generating dosh. So we beat him out by about a year. Fertile land, abundant resources. We can lower the cost of all food and drink to 70%. Not too shabby. But it does seem... Yeah, oh, well, it says mission accomplished, so maybe you do have to do the milestones. No shortcutting? Yeah, no shortcutting it is. Okay, well then. What are these challenges? We need to complete some of them. How many of them? Complete any 3, then 3 more. Oh, then all I need to do are these 3 more challenges. How hard could it be? Build a path that leads to this island. Oh, okay. We're really going to be testing our park management skills here. What are you saying, that doesn't lead to your island? You say in the north. Is this not the north? I suppose I don't see north, south, east, or west. Well, you want a food shop over here, so sure. Here's a burger town. I think a bridge to the counterclockwise island. Possibly. Does this place remind you of a fairy tale? Why not use the Candyland theme? Build a candy house here with 50 pieces of candy. Nope. No, thank you. Build and open 2 flat rides above this ocean surface. It's a bit far out to extend the road. What's your story? Build and open a roller coaster that tunnels through this island. Ah, you had your chance. And then you kept crashing on me. Some flat rides could be impossified twice. Take the wave swinger, impossify it twice. The wave swinger. Unfortunately, we are way low on impossification charges for that. 2 drink shops above the ocean surface near this island. That seems feasible. What do you? I'm just looking for the easy one so I can cross this mission off my list. Place 6 fire emitters on this pillar. Visitors will walk through them while passing by. Maybe not on my watch, but I will build those fire emitters. Fire emitter. There you go. We'll just burn down that forest. It's kind of a shame that scenery doesn't do anything in this game. It's nice that it's free, but... I suppose if you really wanted to put the work in, you could have burning forest-themed theme park. South Korean war-themed theme park. But at the same time, I feel like this all seems very bog-standard roller coastery stuff. Despite its primitive look, Roller Coaster Tycoon could really pimp up how these looked. But maybe I'm moaning about nothing, because in the end, couldn't I just shove loads of crates around here? Yeah, I suppose I am. I'm moaning about not wanting to put in the effort to do it myself. Okay, disregard me. Just as a rule of thumb. How do we look at these ones? Place 10 alien planet-themed creatures. Oh, very well. Alien... Wait, creatures? Well, fortunately we have an unlock. But I don't think... Haven't we already unlocked alien? Yeah, we've already done alien theming. What are the alien creatures? Ah, well, never mind that. We have the filter for it. Deco prop, animal... alien planet animals? Ah, Tentacle Island.
Sophia, ich mische mich ungern in anderer Leute Angelegenheiten ein. Aber was hat es mit diesem Hemlock auf sich?
Ich weiß nicht viel. Sie redet nicht viel darüber. Ich glaube, ihr gefiel nicht, wie ihr gemeinsames Geschäft sich entwickelte. Also ist sie gegangen. Ich hoffe, das passiert nicht wieder.
Was meinst du damit?
Ist dir nicht aufgefallen, wie Phil sich benimmt? Ich fürchte, Mami und Daddy stehen kurz vor der Scheidung.
Whatever you say. On the other hand, it still says I need to do 3 more challenges. What's up with that? I've already bought out the competition. Was this here before? Maybe. But I do need to get it done. 3 more challenges. Let's hunt them down and destroy them. Have 2 impossified flat rides on this island. Ooh, you know what? I might have any... I could pick them up and throw them over here, but that would ruin some of the stuff in my park. Use a launcher module. Shoot visitors from one side of the island to another. Now, these are cool ideas, but these are ideas that could come from within. 2 impossified food show. Ooh, wow, look at all the impossification stuff I have here. Build and open a roller coaster that goes through this passage. I'm just looking for ones that I can tick off nice and easy. Build and open a flat ride here. Make sure it's reachable by foot. Hold on, there's something about large parks. Doesn't want to tell me about them though. Large parks. They'll have long walking times to reach their desired targets. Use transportation rides to connect remote parts. Ensure that visitors can da-da-da. Spread staff lounges evenly. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call this large, but when you do end up with a large park, I really think that a lot of the walker stuff kind of falls apart in its own way. Anyway, 2 flat rides here. How hard could it be? Take the cheapest, crummiest things that I have. 900, 1100, 900, 950, 800. Thunk. And thunk. And I don't think they could be opened until I have exit and entrance and exit, right? Yeah. In that case... I know, this kind of building is very disingenuous, isn't it? Can we get over here, please? Ooh, the way is largely barred. There you go. I'm kind of more interested in seeing what our characters have to say when we're done. Gotta hear that authentic German. There you go. 2 more so-called challenges to do. Also, could I just delete these? Challenge still counts as done. Use elevator modules. Send visitors around. Build a small orchard on this island by planting 30 fruity trees. Now there's something we can get done nice and easily. Under here, no longer need to look for animals, just look up fruity tree. Well, maybe apple. There we go, 30. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... something, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 und 1, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Surely done. Gotta polish my German for the day I end up in Austria and unable to leave. Ramping, cannoning. Oh, thank you, Ninja. I could do it in Swedish, but I probably wouldn't get higher than 3. Ett, två, tre, something. Build a path to an adjacent island. Oh, way ahead of you. No, come on, I can do better than that. I was in Sweden for 8 years, damn it. Maybe longer. Ett, två, tre. It's not fear, it's something else. Ett, två, tre.
Tja,
Bollocks.
das war alles andere als ein Kinderspiel. Aber immerhin steht unsere Spielwiese noch. Das wäre beinahe anders gekommen.
Ja, unter den Umständen war das wohl keine allzu schlechte Leistung.
Bier.
Aber sicher war wohl auch viel Glück im Spiel.
Wie auch immer, ich verspreche euch, dass Hemlock das nicht auf sich sitzen lassen wird. Das wird er uns heimzahlen wollen. Und dir besonders, wenn ich mir so ansehe, wie sich hier manche Leute benehmen.
Wie bitte? Hast du mir vielleicht etwas zu sagen?
Nein, tut mir leid. Es war nur eine stressige Zeit für uns alle. Aber ehrlich, das war gute Arbeit. Du wirst für Cloudstormer langsam unentbehrlich.
Oh, es heißt also noch Cloudstormer, was?
Alright, what else you got for me, game? 21. There we go, 1 and 20.
Ich stelle vor, das schwarze Schaf der Cloudstormer-Familie, Cannon Forge.
Wenn du mich fragst, ist das ein sehr respektabler Park. Wie viele andere haben ein Wahrzeichen wie den Thrillinator?
Das Wahrzeichen geht bald unter. Wenn es nicht schwimmen kann, haben wir ein Problem.
Was?
Wir haben den Rechtsstreit um den Damm verloren. Wenn Sie diesen Damm erst in Betrieb nehmen, dann können nur noch Fische und Taucher diesen Park besuchen.
Und was unternehmen wir dagegen?
Ich arbeite an einer Lösung zum Umzug, aber ich brauche mehr Zeit.
Und der Strippenzieher des Dammprojekts sorgt dafür, dass wir die nicht haben.
Moment, du meinst doch nicht...
Jap. Naja, wer sonst liebt wohl Betonbauten und hasst Freizeitparks?
Hemlock.
Tja, Hemlock hat uns ausmanövriert. Cannon Forge wird geflutet. Es sei denn, jemand hat eine letzte verzweifelte Idee.
Sorry, Izzy, aber um das Problem zu lösen, müssen wir es erst verstehen. Wer ist dieser Hemlock? Warum lungern seine Handlanger in unserem Park herum?
Piekende Privatsphäre. Lasst uns nicht Isis Leichenkeller durchforsten. Wir haben doch alle Altlasten. Ich habe sogar 3. Moment, nein, das sind Pässe.
Sophia hat recht. Wir müssen Hemlocks Gründe verstehen. Sein Konsortium hatte bis jetzt noch nie Interesse an öffentlichen Anlagen gezeigt.
Ist Hemlock nicht einfach nur sauer, dass Izzy ihn abserviert hat? Nicht romantisch, meine ich, Igitt. Aber laut Investment-Wiki hatte Izzy ein Praktikum bei Hemlock und hat nach ihrem Abschluss 1 Jahr lang mit ihm gearbeitet.
Das reicht, ja. Giles und ich waren Geschäftspartner. Aber das kam nur, weil meine Mutter es so wollte. Ich hasste es. Hemlock geht es nur darum, Beton in Profit zu verwandeln.
Aber du kamst von der Firma deines Stiefvaters, unserer größten Konkurrenz nebenbei gesagt, zu Cloudstormer. Du hast nie einen anderen Job erwähnt.
Wir machen alle Fehler. So lernen wir. Aber ich hatte keine Ahnung, dass Hemlock mir die Sache nachträgt.
Ich mache keine Fehler. Und wenn doch, sind sie großartig.
Miteinander zu streiten bringt uns nicht weiter. Das Problem ist, dass Hemlock den Park flutet. Er hat es auf mich abgesehen und ist dabei in etwa so feinfühlig wie eine Dampfwalze. Aber wichtig ist, dass wir ihn aufhalten.
So sieht's aus. Auf die Vergangenheit sollte man nicht zurückblicken. Genauso wenig wie auf Piranhas, die einen jagen. Wir sind doch alle Freunde, richtig? Gemeinsam schaffen wir das.
Der Thrillinator war Cloudstormers erste Achterbahn. Die erste, die funktionierte. Und der erste Bau unter meiner Führung. Er war so aufregend, dass er laut Ärzten Narkolepsie heilen konnte.
Und Wirbelsäulen brechen, wie das eine Mal, als plötzlich die Waggons entgleisten und durch Cannon Forge rasten.
Das ist ja alles schön und gut, aber was wir müssen, ist einen funktionierenden Park bauen. Und das geht nicht unter Wasser.
Jedenfalls nicht hier. Ich wünsche mir immer noch eine Anlage, wo eine Fahrgastattrappe in ein Haibecken gezerrt und zerfleischt wird.
Ja! Bäh. Sicher würden die resultierenden Herzinfarkte und Klagen dem Thrillinator alle Ehre machen. Aber was wir hier brauchen, ist Bauland für unseren Park.
Du willst den Thrillinator ins Tal hinunter verlegen? Ich weiß nicht, ob er die Reise in seinem Zustand überstehen würde.
So etwas hört ein Sicherheitsinspektor gar nicht gern.
Wenn wir umziehen müssen, bleibt uns keine Wahl. Das könnte gehen.
Anderswo wurden alte Bahnen wie diese mit Hilfe von Fachleuten versetzt. Aber angesichts der Kosten dafür wirkt selbst Blaze Personenschadenversicherung wie ein Schnäppchen.
Niemand bewundert den Thrillinator mehr als ich. Aber das Geld sollten wir vielleicht lieber in neue, noch spektakulärere Attraktionen investieren. Den Thrillinator zu versetzen, kostet uns ein Vermögen und das Grundstück, auf dem er steht, gehört uns auch nicht mehr. Das verdoppelt die Kosten.
Ich bin nicht sentimental. Ich würde meinen Campingwagen sprengen, wenn ich denken würde, das wäre lustig. Aber selbst ich verstehe, dass Phil die Bahn wichtig ist. Könnten wir nicht versuchen, sie zu retten?
Ja, wir retten das gute Teil. Wir müssen nur 1 Billion Cheeseburger für je $1 verkaufen. Oder einen lustigen Hut für 1 Billion $. Oder meinen goldenen Schneidezahn.
Phil.
Was meinst du, Jungspund? Wir können den Saldo sortieren, oder?
Sammelartikel könnten funktionieren. Erwachsene zahlen gutes Geld, wenn sie glauben, dass das Zeug mal viel wert sein wird.
Na also, mein Plan funktioniert. Ich bin also doch kein hoffnungsloser Fall. Egal, was Izzy immer behauptet und was in meinen Zeugnissen stand.
Ihr seid doch alle komplett... Ach, was soll's. Als Obernarr in diesem Zirkus bin ich bereit, Phils Vorschlag fürs erste stattzugeben.
Sehr großzügig, Izzy. Aber was ist mit Hemlock? Am Damm wimmelt es von seinen Schergen. Und in deinem neuen Park. Die verschrecken das Personal, sabotieren die Anlagen.
Dann muss unser Personal sich eben ein dickeres Fell wachsen lassen. Wir haben momentan keine Wahl. Was würde dir bei der Umsetzung der neuen Cannon Forge helfen? Vielleicht stellen wir ein paar neue, jüngere Leute ein. Welche, die frisch und motiviert sind.
Ich kann dich sehr gut hören, weißt du?
Na gut, Hemlock will Krieg. Den kann er haben. Und wir sorgen dafür, dass er ihn nicht so schnell vergisst.
Ich kriege schon beim Gedanken daran Bauchschmerzen. Aber selbst wenn wir Hemlock hier aufhalten, wird der Izzy dann nicht einfach woanders auflauern?
Das wird er, aber wir geben auch nicht auf. Wir haben eine neue Vision und ein Spitzenteam. Nichts hält uns zurück, außer die Vergangenheit. An die Arbeit.
And the Arbite indeed. I did play through some of this, not playing the game, but playing cutscenes and text things in English. And oh my days, changing it out to German was a brilliant choice because the English stuff is just painful. Unfortunately, though, I think this is where Park Beyond and I part ways. I really think I've seen everything this game has to offer, and it has been good. A lot of me wants to say, ugh, it's not as good as Roller Coaster Tycoon, therefore why play it? But you know what? This game did squeeze about 20 hours of unbridled joy out of me. But I think it just won't stand the test of time in the way that RCT does. It's a lot of gimmicks, and they're good gimmicks, but gimmicks nonetheless, whereas RCT remains this unadulterated, impeccable game full of brilliant mechanics that were great 20-something years ago, and are still great today. That said, I'm going to keep my eye on this game. There is every opportunity that they're going to release some updates that tackle some of the issues that I have, and especially give me a few more roller coasters to build, but I think I have played quite enough of it for now. And I'm glad I did, because I avoided this game when I saw its really poor launching performance, the devs behind it, and the reception that it got, the reviews, that's what I'm looking for. The reviews painted a really incomplete, buggy, poor performance mess. And, okay, other than the crashes that we saw today, it's run pretty steadily. At moderate-sized parks, it runs pretty well, although I have seen it get pretty crunchy when you start building up bigger parks. But you know what? I'm happy with this game. I don't think it deserves the very mediocre clout that it got. But that's just my take, and I'm free to have it. I had my fun with it, but it's time to move on. I'll be back tomorrow with a couple of punishment games. I don't know which is going to be worse, but I'm pretty certain they're both going to be bad. They are, he says, quickly checking his own schedule, Amazing Frog, a game that has been in early access forever. That was the punishment game. The dictator game is Brigadine, the Legend of Runar Sia, which looks just plain awful. We'll find out just how awful when I'm back tomorrow. Following that, Dave the Diver on Saturday, weekly one-shot on Sunday. So until I'm back with those, it's a cheers and cheerio.